WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service, test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
Welcome to the Zaxby's pregame show. I'm Chris Delambert. With me is the coach, Jerry Chalmers. What's going on, Jerry?
What's going on, Goat?
Oh, well, hey, you know. Hanging out. Another Friday, another high school football game on the way. I'm excited. I'm particularly excited because this is a matchup coming into this season you might not have given a whole lot of credence to. Overhills, a program who's been sputtering for the last 10 years or so, and I say that, I mean that. The last time they won a conference championship, 2012, 13, they haven't finished better than fourth since then.
Correct.
Lee County, in those 10 years, been to the playoffs every year. Played in a state championship game, deep playoff run. So programs that have gone kind of opposite directions after being relatively similar in the late 90s, early 2000s. But here's the thing, Jerry. This is what I'm going to throw out there.
Okay.
Southview is a natural rival of Overhills. They play most of the year, or most years. They have been in the same conference repeatedly. Southview had beaten Overhills each of the last 4 years. Average score 49-8.
Yes.
Overhills, right here at the Jaguars Den, on campus at Overhills, beat Southview pretty resoundingly this past week, 36-22, and looked really, really good.
Yes, sir.
This is the second year for Coach Kerry Bacon, who's taken the helm here. You got a chance to talk with him this week, and you came away impressed.
I did. He came, just great conversation. He spoke about, with this being his second year. First year he came in just kind of getting an overall feel for the program. He didn't call any offensive plays. He kind of let them run the offense they were running. He just wanted to get a feel. This year, however, he was able to hire coaches. He was able to install his offense. He will be calling the offense this year. So he has very high expectations for this program. And, hey, man, I mean, they started off great, beating a rival that has beat them pretty good. And now, as he told me, Lee County is a stepping stone.
Those are big words. Lee County is a stepping stone. Folks over on the other side of the field in Lee County might be surprised to hear that.
Yeah.
Team that comes in has got the pedigree. Last year, 9-4, not accustomed to losing 4 games, but that had a lot to do with playing up.
Yes.
Where it was 4A teams. Lee County still hasn't lost a regular season game to a 3A team since 2016.
Yes, sir.
Tonight it will not be challenged. Overhills is a 4A squad, but Lee County needs to come out prepared. They've got some dynamic athletes here at Overhills. In particular, the senior running back, first year at the tailback position, Leyland, 224 yards on 14 carries against Southview. If he gets a step, Jerry, he could be gone.
He can take it a distance if he gets a step. He really can. They have a couple other players as well. Another highlighted player, Isaiah Page, number 5. He will be notably one of the smallest players on the field, but he is electric. I've been watching him since he was 8 years old. And nicknamed G-Baby, Hey, man, he's ready.
Well, Page listed as a running back. He's primarily going to touch the ball in the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
Led the team last year, led the team last season.
Right.
On the pace he's on this year, he's going to shatter last year's totals. This is a team sort of the triplets.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on the quarterback, the running back, and Page, if we're going to call him wide receiver. Jordan Bryant, second-year quarterback, was at the helm of this Overhills team last year.
Correct. And
to give you a glimpse into how the offense is different this year than last, his passer rating last week, 144.
Ooh.
Last year, started every game and didn't have a quarterback rating in any single game of higher than 110.
Gotcha.
All right, got through almost as many picks as he did interceptions last year. The offense in the passing game against Southview was efficient, and they relied on big plays in the running game. What Lee County's got to do is seek to limit those big plays, because 224 yards, 81 of those came on a touchdown run. Another 68 came on a touchdown run, and then there was a 24-yarder that was an ankle tackle away from going the distance. If you take those away, the rest of the production in the running game from Overhills was pedestrian. It was decent.
It was decent.
57 yards on 11 carries. You don't want to give up 5 a clip, but that's a whole lot different than giving up 80-yard touchdowns.
Correct.
The thing that jumped out on tape to me, and we see them, they pass the eye test, big, strong, talented offensive line for Overhills. Lee County, who over the last 5 or 6 years in particular has cycled through a lot of Division I talent on that defensive line. Nobody's really risen to the occasion yet and shown who it's going to be. They are going to have their hands full tonight, and if they give Bryant time in the pocket to direct this air raid offense, Overhill's got a shot here. The most interesting part of the conversation you related to me, Overhill says they're going to turn this into a track meet.
Hey, man.
Nobody does that against Lee County.
Hey.
I'm interested to see how it works out. Normally we see teams that are coming in, they're trying to run clock, not make mistakes. Overhill's going to let it all hang out. We'll see if it's effective.
Yes, sir.
This has been the Zaxby's Coaches Show. This is the NFHS Game of the Week, brought to you by Wilkinson Cadillac. I'm Chris Delambert, Jerry Chalmers on the call. We're going to go straight down to the field if we pivot around there and get the kickoff here in just a moment. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Welcome to the Zaxby's pregame show.
I had it in my head as I got ready for tonight throughout the week that Overhills and Lee County had this rich football history playing one another. They don't.
They don't.
They played 3 times in the last 20 years. Lee County's gotten the better of all 3 of those. The kick is away, and for the first time this season, Lee County gets one kick deep, and that's B.J. Brown, the starting tailback, on the return. And he is swallowed up at about the 36-yard line, where the Yellow Jackets will take possession, led by first-year starter, senior quarterback Mark Schlesinger, number 8, who can hurt you with his legs and with his arm.
Yes, sir.
A lot of new receivers, Jerry. We talked it to death last week. Jaden Hill, big play sophomore, number 10, who split out wide to the right. And the guy to watch for, last week's player of the week on offense, Kendall Morris, number 1, in the slot to the right. Schlesinger bobbles. Now he's going to keep it himself, spins, and is going to pick up a couple, and he'll have it out to the 38-yard line, 2nd and 7 coming up.
Now also, you have a former Jacket on the other side of Overhills, number 4, Jeremiah Eaton, who was also in on that tackle. Big player for Lee County, and I'm pretty sure he'll be big tonight for Overhills.
All right, 2nd down. The hand is to B.J. Brown, big play, junior running back. Put up his own big week. We talked about the 224 for Leyland over there in the Columbia blue uniforms of Overhills. B.J. Brown last week for the Jackets, 18 carries for 222 and a couple of touchdowns. Kind of business as usual for B.J. Brown.
Yes, sir, and he had, 2 called back?
He had 2 called back. He'd have gone for about 350 had those not been taken off the board. And in the fourth quarter, looked like he was making his first run of the night. There he goes around the left side. They're going to have to catch him. He cuts it back inside, wiggles around again. He's all the way to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, B.J. Brown. He goes for 56. That looked a little too easy.
It looked very easy. Hey, man. B.J. not the fastest, man, but he looks like he's skateboarding out there.
He really does. Silky smooth, never looks like he's in a hurry, and you have to check yourself, figure out how fast he's moving. But B.J. Brown does most of the damage there with the kick return. And save for a couple of yards from Schlesinger on there, that was all B.J. Brown on that drive, and the Jackets are out to a 6-0 lead a little over a minute into the ball game.
And you know the thing, Chris? He's just as good at baseball.
Well, I asked Coach Steve Bordeaux during the week, where do you think he's going to go at the next level? Is he going to play baseball? Is he going to play football? Steve is of the mind that he is good enough in both. He's going to force somebody to let him play both.
I see that happening.
And that doesn't happen a great deal.
Yeah.
You've got to be a superior athlete, and he is that.
Yes, sir. With the gloves that he wear every game, he wear those UNC Tar Heel gloves. Hey, man, they had a kid that they offered both ways this past year. Could be JB the next one.
Could be. He's got another year and almost 2 full years left here with the Jackets. Made a splash as a freshman in his very first game, went over 100 yards at South Granville in a mud storm. I don't even know what it was. It was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't make that.
But picked up a wrist injury, missed the rest of the season. Last year went for a little over 1,300 yards. He's got his eyes on a possible 2,000-yard season this year, and if he stays healthy, my money's on him getting it.
Yes, sir.
All right, Alonzo Hernandez, first-year kicker, to kick this thing away. Lee County usually employs a relatively short spinner instead of kicking it deep and allowing a return. Back deep for the Jaguars.
You got Isaiah Page at number 5 and number 15, Christian Daniels.
All right, it's a high spinner fielded, and he's got space and wrapped up. Good tackle there to stop that return. Jaguars take over at the 37, and we'll get to see this air raid offense. Cameron Oglesby on the return.
Got a player down for Lee County. It's like number 5, Raleigh Cotton.
Raleigh Cotton, who had an enormous game last week.
Yes,
probably his breakout game, I think it's fair to say.
Hopefully it's a little stinger that he'll be able to wipe up and
pop it up.
And I tell you, man,
rub a little dirt on it.
Raleigh is a ball player.
All right. Jaguars in no hurry to get out there on the field. I'm interested to see this. We've seen a run-based attack from Overhills in the limited times I've seen them over the years.
Yeah.
They're going to spread it out. This big offensive line did a great job against Southview last week, limiting the pressure. That was the pocket was clean, and folks that are familiar with Lee County football are accustomed to disruptors coming off the edge. There's going to be some bodies rotating through there. They'll probably go 10 deep on the defensive line, but they're trying to figure out who their prime-time pass rushers are. Man in motion. Bryant drops, looking, pressure, throws it down the middle, and the receiver never got his head around, looking for Jackson Evans there. And he was into space.
Yeah.
Now, there's a couple challenges for this Lee County secondary. One, they're undersized.
Agreed.
Big receivers can exploit that if you can put the ball on them high and make those relatively short. I don't want to call anybody short, but those guys are not really tall.
Right.
The second thing is you've got a lot of new bodies back there.
Agreed.
All right, there's the hand up the middle. And tough sledding for the back. Kevin Leyland gets a couple. As we talked coming up to the game, Jerry, I told you that what I saw from this offense was excellent execution in the run game, blocking.
Yeah.
And the big runs that Leyland had, he basically was untouched. If he gets into the second level, he's dangerous. But Overhill's going to have to find a way to make more space. 3rd and 8 coming. Leyland in motion. Bryant drops. Pressure's coming right up the gut. He gets it out of there, hangs it up, and he's got a man who makes a catch near the sideline. We'll see if he hauls it in. And that's a chunk play. About 30 on the 3rd down pass. He spun his receiver around. The receiver did a fantastic job of staying with it and hauls it in.
That's a Jaguars first down.
I tell you what, Chris, I think this may be a little bit exciting, man.
I hope it is.
He's a pocket passer.
I hope it is.
And he said to handle the pressure well. We're going to see tonight.
All right. Bryant takes a snap, hands inside. Leyland caught in the backfield, gets close to the line of scrimmage. Call it 2nd and 11, loss 1 on the play.
Brought down by sophomore number 23, Ronnie Hooker, with the ankle tackle.
Well, a guy as explosive as Leyland is, if you can get him going laterally in the backfield, that's a plus.
Yes, sir.
You don't want him to get ahead of steam. All right, 2nd 11. And Overhills, as impressive as that 3rd down conversion is, I guarantee you the game plan was not to come in here and make a living on third and long.
Agreed.
So 2nd 11, Bryant drops. Pressure coming off the right side. Good job by the line there, and he's got a man. That might go. That might go. Isaiah Page. Boy, he is quick.
There he is, G-Baby.
You're going to have to keep an eye on him. He goes 29. Check that. 31 for the touchdown pass. 2 big 30-yard-plus plays in the pass game for Overhills.
Hey, man.
All right.
Coach said he wanted to come in, exploit Lee County's weakness with the air raid.
Coach Bacon, you're looking good so far. 9:20 to go. 7-6 Lee County. Overhills will try to convert the extra point here. On to do the kicking duties is number 28, Isaiah Oates. All right, we hoped for a good game, Jerry. We might just get one.
I think we're definitely going to get it.
All right, snap is back, hold is up, kick is just through there. 7-7 here on campus at Overhills, NFHS Game of the Week. We'll take a quick break and be back with the kick. Overhills got punched in the mouth, and they swung right back.
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
All right. Can't lie, Jerry. You know when we're here doing a Lee County game, we're a little biased. We like to see Lee County walk out. But you know what? Lee County blowing somebody out, not a whole lot of fun. I'm hoping this game is as good as you thought it would be coming in.
Sir.
Oates with the kick.
I felt it will be a good
They're
one.
kicking it deep. That's going to get him in trouble tonight. Here we go. Kendall Morris on the return. Morris gets it to the outside, slips 2 tackles. Can't slip a third. That'll be out to the 31. Morris never really got going east-west, or north-south, I suppose. And is forced out of bounds. Lee County come back out here. B.J. Brown with a big series last time around.
Chris, I think we're going to have a good one, man.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Defense on both sides has to regroup, it looks like a little bit.
You know, some point somebody's going to have to play some defense.
Oh, yeah.
Not a whole lot of resistance put up by either squad on those first series. All right, hand is to Brown. No, Schlesinger pulls it. He's got Morris. Ooh, I tell you what, Morris, if he can slip one more, he'll be running for a while.
Man,
Kevin Leyland doing double duty on defense, gets the tackle there.
He's a hard one to catch, man.
And that'll be a first down. Shed Depot sponsor for first downs this year, Lee County football.
Hey, if you need a building in your backyard, man, if you need a man shed,
I tell
or a
you
she
what.
shed, man.
So for those of you that don't know, Shed Depot, it's not just what they have on the lot. They'll build you whatever.
Yeah.
B.J. Brown picks up 4 on the carry. Second down coming. Yeah, anything you can dream up, they can build. It's really impressive, and I got to stay off that lot because one of these days I'm going to drop some serious coin into a bar to put in my backyard.
Amen.
But really cool stuff that they've got over there, and we appreciate them jumping on to help sponsor coverage of these ball games. All right, Schlesinger pulls it, rolling, has a man, dumps it, and that is, Isaiah Peoples with 25 on the catch. Peoples, one of those guys playing a new position this year.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, if you watch Peoples on JV, man, I tell you, he was dynamic.
All right, Schlesinger lines these guys up. The alignment looks a lot like what Overhills does, but this is by no means an air raid offense. They will run it a lot. B.J. Brown with a carry, picking his way.
Ooh.
Just sidestepping, rolling, spinning.
You don't even
Looks
see
like
space,
he stopped
man.
for no gain, and he picks up about 15 by the time it's said and done.
You don't even see the space that he has to make some of the cuts and spins, but yet he picks up yardage each time.
All right, Lee County looking to answer Overhill's quick score. You have it down to the 18 inside the Remax red zone. Clock running inside 7:31. Look at that haze there, Jerry. That's kind of
somebody's
a little creepy, isn't
it? Burning woods.
All right, looking for a receiver down there. He's
Dump
got a
pass.
man, now throws it up. He was looking initially for Logan Walker, who got some space down the sideline and then took his section option, but Schlesinger with his first incompletion of the night.
See Brown come out. Peoples come in at the tailback position. Oh no.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you there, Jerry. I'm pleased with that right there.
Yeah, man.
Last week, the biggest criticism I had for Schlesinger is that he tried to extend plays, do a little bit too much a couple times. That time was able to recognize there was pressure coming. There he takes off, shows what he can do in the run game, picks up about 4, brings up 3rd and manageable. That was a prime example right there. Schlesinger had an opportunity to kind of string that out farther down the sideline and take a loss. Instead, got his shoulders squared, put the ball where only his receiver had a shot at it, and the not worst option was the outcome, I suppose. All right, 3rd down here, big play in the ball game early for Lee County. There's a snap. Look, what? I don't know. I think they were anticipating a pre-snap penalty, and it didn't come. Schlesinger a little confused about what was going on. 4th and 14 coming up, and now you're in no man's land because you're out of range for Hernandez, and you got 4th and long. Overhills with a chance to really flip the momentum.
I tell you what, this haze of smoke
is
not good.
And I don't know where it's come from. If it's from the barbecue, it's got to be. But it really is an interesting. Throws it down the middle's got a man just over his head looking for Walker there, who had a few steps. Schlesinger can't quite hit him. Good looking pass, just a little bit too far.
A little overthrown.
Overhills gets the Jackets off the field and will take over 1st and 10, going the other way.
So as we see from last week, big change in a couple of passes right there from Mark Schlesinger early in the game this week, as we didn't see much last week.
It's amazing, Joe. That haze just seems to be like camped over the field, hanging there.
It's hard to. I know it's hard for some of them boys to breathe in. That leaves, burning leaves, has a smell to it.
All right, Bryant from the gun, 1st and 10 for the Jaguars. Hands, Leyland. No, he keeps it, and he's going the other way. He's got some space, and a go out of bounds after about a 12-yard gain. Bryant not a real threat on the ground, but does enough there to be effective, pick up a 1st down.
Now, just to give a little history on Overhills, back in the day, they had one of the most dynamic running backs in the area with Tyree Massey. Chris, that was one to see, man. He was definitely one to see. He had some of the greatest plays I've seen in high school football, period.
That's high praise.
Yeah, man.
All right, there's the hand to Leyland. Slips out of a tackle and corralled. Taken down. That's going to be a horse collar, I believe. That will probably be another Overhills 1st down as Leyland's helmet is ripped off from the back.
Let's see.
After the personal foul, Overhills back-to-back plays. They pick up a 1st down. I don't know how hot it is in the field.
I know it's hot up here, though.
Man, it is warm. The haze starting to clear a little bit. Bryant from the gun. Drops. And looking to get deep, throws it out there. Look nice coming back to the football. Nice individual effort on not the best thrown football there. Christian Daniel came back to it, got it. That's 3 straight 1st downs to open this drive for Overhills, and they're threatening down to the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you what, there was a few open receivers there on that play.
Well, they had plenty of time to throw the ball.
Offensive line.
All right. Ball's at the 30, 1st and 10. Bryant drops. Here comes pressure. They force him up in the pocket. Lets it go late down the middle. And another one, those crossing routes killing Lee County right now, and they're into the Shed Depot red zone. This time, Jackson Evans with the catch.
Yes, sir.
All right, they're going to call it 1st and goal. First down marker comes off right at the 10-yard line. Bryant drops, pressure right up the middle, rolls to his left. There's a flag coming. That's coming off the board. I believe we're going to get a hold. We'll see what the call. Jaguars crowd's excited. I don't think they're going to be as fired up when they see this flag, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what we got here. And it is a hold. That pressure came right up the gut.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw it from here. I think it was Lamison that they took down.
Yeah.
And he is a load. Burst onto the scene last year.
Prince Lamison.
Number 57 right in the middle is one of those guys that may be that breakout defensive lineman for the Jackets this year.
He has family. He has Lee County Prestige family in DDP.
All right, here we go. Now 1st and 27. That hasn't disrupted Overhills so far. They haven't. Oof. All right. Drops. Ooh. No flag on what the Overhill sideline thought was a face mask. Somebody flashed past there and got a handful of helmet, but let go, and the referee decided it was not.
He might have been poked in the eye there.
Yeah. All right, but Jordan Bryant makes something out of nothing, gets him down to the 25-yard line. And they're going to take him out for a second. Maybe he did get him in the eye.
So comes in number 7, Zachary Evans, the backup quarterback, who's also a sophomore as well, 5'11", 150. Also a receiver, man. So let's see what he got. Thinking, Chris?
I'm thinking that Zachary Evans at 5'11", 150, standing next to Leyland, looks an awful lot like the same size, and they list Leyland at 5'11", 200 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. All right, and there's the pressure, and that's Lamison. And he sacked him all the way back outside the 30, back to the 32. You'll have 3rd and goal from the 32 coming up. So Evans in there for one snap. Not real excited about the way that went down. Just like that, Jordan Bryant back into the ball game. They'll mark it just outside the 30. You taking a couple shots at the end zone here, or are you trying to get a chunk and set you up a reasonable 4th down?
Well, I mean, the passing game has been wide open, as we've seen for Overhills thus far.
Well, they're running one of those Madden concepts. They're running guys deep, and they're having one of those slot guys come in and curl up underneath it and running the deep runners, taking the coverage out of play. Here goes Bryant. Here comes the rush. It's a screen, and got some work to do. Going to be stopped at the 22-yard line. I don't think, given my eyes, that Oates can reach it from here, so we'll probably see 4th down. An attempt. Isaiah Oates was straight on that extra point attempt, but didn't have a whole lot of room to spare, and this is another 15 yards out. All right, Bryant getting his orders from the sideline. This is one of those plays, man. If you let Overhills pull this rabbit out of a hat and convert here, that is a gut punch like no other.
Oh, yeah.
So Lee County want to keep everything in front of them, but at the same time recognize how explosive those Overhills receivers can be. You give them too much space, and they'll just wiggle their way down there. All right, Lamison held again. They get away with it. Bryant lets it go late, throws it up high, and that is going to be picked in the end zone. Go down with it, son. Go down with it. That's a bad decision there. I think that's Kendall Morris down there, who is new to the position and is going to cost the team about 15 yards in field position. But, hey, you make a pick, you get the right to have those to make those decisions.
Exactly right.
All right, Lee County first and 10 from their own 6.
Basically a punt.
It was. I mean, you can't argue with the decision.
Yeah.
You don't want to take the sack there, and Overhill's got a little grabby there. Got away with it. Gave Bryant enough time to loft it up there and give his guys a chance. Good play by Kendall Morris to track that and come down with it. And if I was as fast as Kendall Morris, I probably would try to run it back too. All right, here goes Schlesinger. Hands to Brown. Brown wrapped up. Nice tackling there by the Jaguars. I keep wanting to call the Chargers because of that powder blue.
Color, yeah.
They call it Columbia blue. It's pretty close to powder blue, I guess.
Tar Heels, really.
Tar Heel blue. You got to see. I don't think like that. I'm a North Carolinian. I'm a transplant. that blue is not ingrained in my blood.
Oh yeah, it's ingrained.
All right, Schlesinger gets his marching orders. 2nd and 6. Fakes, screen, throws it. Oh my goodness! Woo, that could have been a disaster. Was he looking for Logan Walker on the screen? Logan Walker getting a lot of looks here early.
I tell you what, man. 50, Aiden Roney somehow got a body on Jeremiah Eaton. If he wouldn't have touched him, that was 6 points, man.
All right, 3rd down coming here. And I tell you what, given the struggles in the Lee County punting game last week, they do not want to punt this out of their end zone. All right, Brown got work to do. He's going to get it. He's out to the 16. Well, it's going to depend on the spot. They may be a foot short. This is going to be hard not to go for, Jerry. Backed up at your own 11 or 16 with about a foot and a half to go. I would not. I'm a little surprised. I thought you might just let Schlesinger barrel ahead and pick that up. The punt game for Lee County last week, nothing short of disastrous.
Agreed.
In a good opening week performance, they had 2 bot snaps that were turnovers. This time, for the first time, they get a clean exchange, a clean punt out to the 45-yard line. Don't quite flip field position, but they gain about 35 yards of field position. That's as good as you can hope for there.
Yes, sir.
All right, Overhills makes their stand on defense. 1:09 to go in the first quarter. Good ball game so far. Keep your eye on that. Number 5, Isaiah Page, one of the big play Overhills Jaguars. Coming over a little gassed, looking for some water.
Hey,
and
man,
now, watch that body language,
I'm going to tell you one thing I know about G-Baby, number 5. I'm going to take away the Isaiah Page. That's G-Baby. He's built for it, man.
All right.
He's built for it.
All right, Overhill's looking to strike, take the lead for the first time tonight. A little bit different look, 2 guys in the backfield. Oh, there's a whistle, and no, I thought maybe we'd run out of. Coming out of an exchange or a change of possession, you don't want to see that, but new system, young quarterback, it's understandable. First and 15.
Tell you what, Chris, that sun went behind the clouds, and I hope it stays there.
I think it dropped 20 degrees.
Right, that quick.
And the haze is gone. It's like we transported to a completely different place on the planet. Ball's out. Leyland picks it up, gets back to the line of scrimmage. A little tougher sledding than it was against Southview last week.
We'll get back to the yard of scrimmage on that carry. I tell you, the D-line, they're getting some penetration on Overhills, who does not have a small line itself.
They don't. I just want to say this again. Kevin Leyland listed at 5'10", 200 pounds. I'm just going to say that without commentary. All right, Bryant takes on 2nd down. Drops, got plenty of time. Throws it late down the middle, and he's got a man. You better get it.
Page.
Oh, Page.
There's Page.
And they exploit that same part of this secondary.
I'll tell you what, man.
Coach Bordeaux and his staff going to be doing some figuring out. They've got to take that away. But Bryant could have written a book back there. Great job by the offensive line.
Tell you, he's definitely sitting in that pocket, man.
All right, same look. Two backs in on. There goes Leyland, trying to get around the left side. Gets a couple. All right, that'll bring us to the end of 1. Here on campus at Overhills, people around the state might be looking a little curious what's going on. 7-7. Lee County Yellow Jackets on the road. They're going to be in a dogfight tonight, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back with the second quarter action. This is the NFHS Game of the Week. We'll see you on the other side.
At the Shed Depot of North Carolina, we believe there's a better way to buy a shed. where all the selection, all the quality, and all the service are in one convenient location to make your buying experience easy. Our 3-acre sales center has over 60 sheds in stock, and if you don't see what you need, our sales experts can guide you through the custom design process to meet your unique needs. Get started today at ShedDepotNC.com.
All right, welcome back to Spring Lake, North Carolina, center of the football universe tonight as far as I'm concerned. The Overhills Jaguars hosting the Lee County Yellow Jackets.
Oh, yeah, man.
So I talked in the pregame, Jerry, about the difference in these two squads.
Mm-hmm.
So from in 2012, 2013, Overhills won their conference.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, beginning in 2013, 2014, through the end of last season, Overhills combined record 38-56. They have played in 2 playoff games. Lee County during that time, from 2013, 2014, which was the beginning of really the Burton Cates era taking off at Lee County, through to Coach Steve Bordeaux, who's in his 5th year now and has been to the playoffs and deep into the playoffs.
Open space.
And space, one of those dynamic athletes. And that is Leyland doing damage in the passing game. And they're down inside the 10, inside the Shed Depot red zone. Jaguars are here to play, buddy. During that same time period, from 2013, 2014 through the end of last season, Lee County 93-22.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
That is a remarkable run. And those playoff runs in 13-14, one first round, second round, first round, third round, first round, fifth round, which was the state championship game, second round, third round. Lee County, from the outside looking in, got to think this year playoffs are an expectation.
Oh, yeah.
Whether or not they come out with the top seed for the 3A teams in their conference is going to come down, no offense to anybody else out there, but it'll come down to the game against Scotland.
Yes, sir.
And then it's just a matter of everything else kind of breaking. This game right here, one coming in when it was scheduled, probably thought, okay, this is a nice, ease into the season. But at the same time, you got to be careful playing around with those 4A teams.
I tell you what, Chris, things change. Over time, things change. And I look at this Overhills team and what we've seen from the beginning of this game. They're showing a lot. They're showing pretty good. Their passing game there. They're exploiting our weaknesses. Hey, we're going to see what this outcome is.
Oh, it's picked. Big play. That's JoJo Jennings.
Hey,
if he can get ahead of steam, he can go. He's going to be dragged down, grabbed by. Here he goes. Jennings cuts it back up to midfield. And he is taken down at the 42. That's an enormous play in this game. JoJo Jennings, the former sophomore All-America, who people have lost track of, even as he is starred in this defense, makes a game-changing play.
Yes, sir.
And sets Lee County up near midfield early in the second quarter.
And let me give you one stat about this interception with JoJo. When they played each other 2 years ago, Lee County won by 6 points. It was on an interception.
T.J. Johnson.
From JoJo.
Oh, was it JoJo?
It was JoJo.
My mistake. B.J. Brown gets to the sideline, and he'll be forced out after a pickup of, we'll see where they mark it. They're going to mark him just beyond the sticks. They'll give him 12 on the play.
So you don't want Lee County to get momentum.
Well, Jerry, as well as I do, one of the keys to Lee County's success in the last 10 or 12 years is the community and the climate in the football program here at Lee County. What's happening in school with the staff, with the team. Kendall Morris on the screen going nowhere, and for the first time this year gets negative yards on a catch. Lee County's got buy-in at every level, from the youth programs all the way through the middle schools.
All the way through.
Kids come on campus, and it's a family, it's a culture.
Yes, sir.
Overhills, based on their geography, faces some challenges Lee County doesn't necessarily. You've got a school here that's generally going to be made up half folks that were born and raised in Harnett County, half folks that are relatively transient because they're military, so they're here for a few years. So not necessarily the established buy-in, so it's a little bit different. Coach Bacon here in his second year, his biggest challenge is going to be keep that continuity and to build the base with the middle schools and the youth program and so on and so forth. Got a big challenge ahead of him, but he thinks he can get it done.
Well, I tell you, even in this area, the AAU football is strong.
It is.
A lot of players may be spread out a little, but they're still in it. So
I have spent many weekends in Spring Lake at their ball's up, and that's going to be out of bounds. Looking for Morris down the sideline, double coverage, and this will bring out the punt team again. And if the over/under was 1.5 on punts by Lee County in the first 13.5 minutes of this game, I would have taken the under all day long. Barring something really unusual. And they are in the field position to do it, but on 4th and this long, oh my gosh, that's high. No rush, great punt, and not going to be fielded. Lee County looking for a good bounce. They're not really going to get it. It gets down inside the 20 to the 19.
Is that a flag now?
It is. It looks like it from here, but I think I'm trying to figure out what kind of, if it's not, what kind of. Could it be kick, catch, interference, or holding? It's got to be one of the two, right?
Got to be one of the two.
It didn't look to me like anybody from Overhills was seeking to make a play. 55 is having a conversation as he comes off the field with the referee. Oh, wow. Well, you saw him running out onto the field late, and apparently somebody didn't get off the field in time, so Lee County can get a little love there, back it up a little bit more.
Well, in the first time tonight, 34, Jermaine Banks is in at safety as well. He had a pretty decent game on last Friday night. See if he can make a difference.
Well, I'm sure that before he came into the ball game, he was over there with somebody in his ear coaching him up.
Had to be.
Looking at something, because the safeties, those deep drops trying to keep everything in front of them, they're letting those crossers get in there and make those catches and then having to come up, after a 25-yard gain and make a stop. See if the insertion of Banks into the game marks a change. Oh, and now we got a timeout for Overhills. All right, well, while they talk about it, we will take a quick break. I'm Chris. This is Jerry. This is the NFHS Game of the Week brought to you by Wilkins and Cadillac. We will see you on the other side.
We have a home at
I feel like I am talking way too much. I'm not letting the game.
We have automobiles.
Brandon.
I have golf clubs.
Brandon.
We have a trampoline.
Brandon.
I have jewelry.
Brandon. For all your home, auto, life,
all your insurance needs, give us a call at 919-774-4440.
Come see us in person, 1720 West Everett Drive in Sanford, right beside Dexter Steakhouse.
North Carolina Farm Bureau is a proud sponsor of
Scholar Athlete of the Week Award.
All right, at halftime, stay tuned for the King Law Firm halftime show. Jerry Chalmers will spit some wisdom regarding what we've seen tonight. Our observations, I think, Jerry, are kind of the same. We've seen an awful lot of offense in this game for it to be 7-7.
Oh, yeah.
And if I'm being 100% honest, Lee County probably a little fortunate right now not to be on the wrong side of the score.
Very fortunate.
All right. A lot of movement on the defensive side, trying to get a line, a lot of confusion. All right. Overhills from the gun, one guy in the backfield. This is Leyland back there with Bryant. Bryant takes the snap, hands inside. Not a whole lot of room, and after the third or fourth jacket gets there, they bring down the ball carrier, and that was my mistake. That was number 15 on the carry, Christian Daniel. And they got the PA announcer, so you know we're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah, we're allowed. They got it.
All right. 2nd and 6, and we got to check what I just heard.
We're going to check.
All right, 2nd and 6, clock inside 9.5.
Chris, that wasn't a reaction. I'm glad nobody else heard that.
They probably did at home. And somebody's probably mad at us right now.
Yeah, right now.
All right, Bryant, hands on the reverse.
There's Page on the jet sweep. Hey, man. Hey, man. Thank God for a shoestring tackle there.
He gets about 9 on the carry and could have had about 900 had he got past that last defender. That'll get your attention. Boy, he is quick.
Yes, sir.
They don't even list a size on him. I'm going to say 5'4".
I'll give him that.
140 pounds.
I'll give him every bit of that.
And is fast as lightning. All right, ball at 32, 1st and 10, Overhills. They run this air raid. Unlike some of these air raid teams, they don't run with a lot of pace. It's pretty deliberate. Blitz coming off the right side for Lee County, and they run the other way, and a nice job there in the secondary.
Raleigh Cotton on the tackle there.
Cotton had a breakout game last week.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of those guys. Aiden Roney, I think, would have been the other guy for me who really, showed up on defense. He's been a contributor on the offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
Got reps. He's in there at the left end position.
And a lot of these guys, a lot of these kids know each other from this AAU football, so there's a lot of mutual respect there as well.
Yeah, for people who aren't familiar, Spring Lake is sort of an AAU hub.
Yes, sir.
You've got Sanford, you've got Fayetteville. A lot of interest, and on any given Saturday, you go out to the park and they've got it lined up. What's the school that they play at? It's at the elementary school. I shouldn't have. Yeah, live TV. You're not supposed to ask a question you don't know the answer to. I've been there many times. I have a cousin, or a nephew rather, right now that's playing AAU football, and we've been there many weekends, and you got a dozen games going on, it seems like, at a time.
Yes, sir.
All right, 3rd and 5 here. Big 3rd down for Overhills. Overhills, who's kind of letting it all hang out. Once positive yardage here, optimally a 1st down, but they'd want to make this a little bit tighter on 4th if they have to go for it. Here's the rush. Again. Gets it out late and dropped, and that's the first time a Jaguar receiver's put a ball on the ground. First look for DeBoris Williams. And this is a decision time for Coach Bacon, and he's going to bring the punt team out here.
Chris, I'll tell you what, man. If they don't get someone on number 5, Isaiah Page, baby, it's going to be a problem. Once he starts noticing that he's been open on almost every single play.
I like that. I like what I'm seeing from the Jaguars' design on offense.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to talk it down. It seems like they're doing a very similar thing each time, but as long as it's going to be effective, just keep doing it. Big punt. My goodness.
Jeez.
All right.
Jeez.
Christian Gamma lets loose. My goodness. They're going to go.
Oh, man.
Just got a little bit ahead of himself on the coverage. That was good hustle to get down there by number 9, Cameron Oglesby, but his momentum carried him into the end zone, and he gives Lee County a break. That punt.
Who was the punt? What the fuck?
Number 11, Christopher Gamma.
Hey,
wow.
Hey, he's Christopher Gamma was one of the players that the coach talked about last night. The leader on this defense, the anchor on the defense. Hey, man, I tell you what, he can show. He
about
put
60 on the punt.
He put his foot in that ball.
We'll call it 56 on the punt.
Now, he's a nice.
And it wasn't
linebacker.
a cheap one. All right, Schlesinger looking to get the momentum back. B.J. Brown up the middle, and he'll try to get out to the right. Going to be near 1st down, depending on the spot. Going to be a foot or two short.
Tell you what, his yards after contact, man. Tell you.
Well, and I've commented on this from the first time I saw him play. He's got so much Jim Brown in him because he gets up slow every time he gets tackled. And everybody takes a deep breath.
But he's all right.
They will give him the 1st down, so 10 on the carry. Brown again, up the middle. Probing. Going to go to half of it. Bring up 2nd and about 5. So Lee County has sort of tried to do something in the passing game. Schlesinger unable to really connect in a couple of oh-my-gosh moments.
Oh, yeah.
Not a big mistake yet. He gets it out quick, and Morris can't get it. I said last week during the telecast my prediction for this year was that Morris would wind up with 500 multipurpose yards this year. Mm-hmm. I asked Kendall Morris. I had a chance to sit with him during the Zaxby's Coaches Show on Monday. Asked him what his goal was. He told me 1,000.
Okay.
He thinks he can get a granny when you add return yards in there. Okay. That's a lofty goal. And I asked Coach Bordeaux if he thought there were enough footballs to go around. He says they might be able to make it work. There's Brown on the misdirection and picks his way. Needed 6, got 7, and that'll be a Lee County 1st down.
Tell you what, man. His cuts are so clean. God.
So out to the 42-yard line, a little under 6 minutes to go in the half. Been a lot of B.J. Brown on this drive, and you don't have to worry about wearing him out because he seems to never lose a step. If you think back to the Richmond game last year where he essentially was the offense in the return game, running the ball and never lost a step. There's Brown around the right side and spins, got that good forward lean, gets about 3 on the carry.
That tended to be a crucial game for Lee County. T.J. Johnson actually broke his foot in that game.
He did, and that was
tough.
It really was, and I think it was something that lingered into the playoffs.
Yeah.
They went out to Jacksonville in the third round and got knocked out, and I'd still like to know what they would have done with T.J. Johnson at 100%. Schlesinger pulls it down, going to be wrapped up. No, bounces out of there. Now he's got down the field, got a guy, and it's picked. Little bit late with the delivery. Kendall Morris was down there. Schlesinger saw him late and comes up, and there is a pop on the sideline. JoJo Jennings was in there at tailback. Schlesinger would like to have that one back. Great job of keeping the play alive. Took him just a beat too long to try to get it down the field to Morris. Overhills gets the pick and turns this thing around again.
Number 15, Kristen Daniel on that pick.
Great pick. Been sure-handed in the passing game. Showed those hands again over there, and there's a man down. And I think that
22.
That is JoJo Jennings, who is down on the field. Lee County hoping that that's nothing serious. Given the volume of that tackle over on the side, you hope that it's not a concussion issue, but we will let them figure it out. While they tend to Mr. Jennings, we will take a quick break. I'm Chris. This is Jerry. This is the NFHS Game of the Week.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
All right, welcome back to the NFHS Game of the Week, brought to you by Wilkinson Cadillac. JoJo Jennings making his way off the field. Tough to say what happened there. You said in the pregame last week you thought JoJo would cut some weight. I asked him about that.
Yeah.
He told me he's down about 15 pounds.
Yeah, you can definitely see it.
And he wanted to improve conditioning and be a little bit quicker.
You can definitely see it.
All right, Overhills trying to break this 7-7 tie. Seems like we've been tied at 7-7 all night, and we almost have. All right, well, and there's a pre-snap flag. Haven't seen a whole lot of that.
Tell you, we seen it last week.
Oh, my goodness. 14 penalties on the Jackets last week.
Yes, sir.
Not much, and they got a false start on Overhills. That's the second drive that has started with a pre-snap penalty. All right, Banks is creeping up there. Looks like they might actually go man on Isaiah Page, which is a strategy. But, boy, it's dangerous.
I tell you what, man, sophomore and a senior.
They seem to be playing off on the outside. Here comes the blitz off the left side, and that's going to be, no, not the sack. And Bryant with a great job of keeping it alive, going to be forced out right back at the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard. Great job by Bryant to bounce off the tackle. Ronnie Hooker got loose. He was unattended coming off the left side. Looked like he was in coverage and kind of ducked in there late.
Yeah.
Good disguise, but Bryant took
I tell you what,
a big loss and turned it into a gain of a couple, 2nd and 13.
McKendall had the clear way to lay a major hit. Hey, man, that's one of them Boom brothers. He'll get it the next time. But Page being guarded by 34.
All right, Hooker looking to come off that left side again. He won't get a clean look like that and doesn't. Better job by the Bryant. Oof, Hooker got there late. That's thrown up, and bad angle taken there. Kalen Brown was back there, the closest guy to it, and undercut it a little bit. If he'd have read that a little bit better, might have been able to make a play on the ball. But this is a long third down here for Overhills. which I wouldn't be as concerned about it for Overhills as I might have been before the last time because that punt flipped the field position.
Agreed.
4:05 to go in the half, 7-7. Jaguars in the Columbia blue, moving from left to right across your screen. Lee County in the visiting whites. Jordan Bryant takes a snap, drops. Good job by the line. Give him a minute. He steps up. Now he's going down. There's the first sack of the game for the Lee County Jackets and Jaguars. Are killing me.
That's all right.
All right, back at the 40-yard line. Loses about 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and long. Clock running down around 3.5 minutes here. We'll be at about 3:15 by the time this ball's kicked. Christopher Gamma with a huge punt. And this is part of where Lee County's strategy on punts can get you. They're going to come off after every kick. They coach their returners to kind of let it go or to fair catch it. No fair catch on that last one, and the ball just ran and ran and ran. Could get to this one, and they got it. It is brought by Lee County. Huge play in special teams, and it'll be corralled. McKendall falls on it. 2 Jackets arrived at the ball together, and that's why they do it. Lee County with a big splash play on special teams will take over at the 27, 1st and 10. Looking to punch this in, 3:21 to go in the half. Put this ball in Brown's belly 3 times, period.
Agreed. Chris, maybe they heard us right there in the first quarter and said there need to be some defense. We got some. The Hayes coming back.
Well, they're playing, they're playing aggressive. They're playing their style. I think they're a little more effective than they were. I don't know if they're necessarily doing anything different. Hand is to Brown. Brown sneaks his way, bouncing off guys, dragging people. He is just amazing. 6 on the carry, 2nd and 4 coming up right outside the Remax red zone. Once again, stay tuned at halftime. The King Law Firm halftime show. Hey. And then on Monday night, tune in, 7 o'clock, the Lee County Coaches Show. Coach Steve Bordeaux from Lee County will be there. I think Coach Mike McLean from Southern Lee will be there from across town. We will be hosting it at my office at King Law Firm. I'm excited.
Okay.
First time we've ever done that.
Definitely has a space.
All right, Schlesinger. Hands to Brown. Brown dances outside, and nice job of corralling that by the Jaguars. They'll bring him up a couple yards short. Probably 4-down territory here right at the 20. 3rd and 3. I think we're going to see Schlesinger take this one himself. I think we're going to get a quarterback sprint right at the right side of that line. Schlesinger pulls. Nope, he's going to throw it, and there's a pre-snap call. All right, mixed results here. It's going to be a flag. The pass was batted away. They're going to get a false start, so instead of 3rd and 3 and a incomplete on 3rd and 3, presumably, we'll get it at 3rd and 8. I didn't see who got off to the quick start there. Scotland and Hogard, 8-8 in the second quarter. Got to tell you, the rest of the conference with Lee County, Richmond, Scotland, Pinecrest didn't provide. Oh, my goodness. Ball is out, and his knee touched, I think. We'll see if the referee gets together with the crew. It looked like Schlesinger was down. Remember, you don't have to be touched. We'll see what they're going to say. This is a big call here. Schlesinger stumbling, first-year quarterback, trying to keep the play alive, and as he went to the ground, lost control of it. The discussion's coming. Somebody's going to be unhappy here. Let's see what we got. And he's headed to the Overhills sideline, which indicates to me they're going to say he was down, and Coach Kerry Bacon may come unglued. All right. So assuming Lee County retains possession here, you're going to have 4th and about 16. Clock stopped with 1:49. It'll wind when they get it lined up and set. So not really an issue, but Lee County, who hadn't been able to do anything in the passing game, is going to have to try to convert here on 4th and quite a ways. I don't know that I'd have the stones to go tunnel here because it hasn't worked yet, Jerry. What do you think?
I haven't
It's
seen
pretty obvious to me.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious to me. Overhills came in and said, "You're not going to screen us."
Well, they knew one thing he talked about was that screen. He knew that they moved it from the edge to the slot, as far as getting that pass in there. So I'm pretty sure he's prepared for that. Definitely prepared.
All right, fourth down. Not much of a decision here for Coach Bordeaux. They can't get a field goal from here. That's out of Hernandez range. And a punt, you pick up 15, 20 yards, best case scenario. So they're going to let it all hang out here. Clock's going down. I think they're going to get a timeout here, and they do with 1:22 to go in the second quarter. Lee County, see what they're going to get in the lab and come out with. We'll take a quick break while they come up with this fourth down play. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week, brought to you by Wilkins and Cadillac.
All right, soldiers. Today we decide. Are we going to run and hide? Or are we going to fight? They think it's over. Well, they got another thing coming. Because today, we're going big.
Introducing Zaxby's new signature sandwich with a double hand-breaded filet, split top bun, and Zax sauce, our new spicy Zax sauce. Only at Zaxby's.
All right, welcome back to Spring Lake, North Carolina, home of the Overhills Jaguars. They forced a 4th and long here for Lee County. First-year quarterback Mark Schlesinger facing some adversity he didn't necessarily see against Northwood in week 1.
Chris, I think it's actually needed for his growth.
Oh, I think it is too, but you don't want to take an L while you're trying to get that growth. He drops, got a little bit of time, looking down the field, got a man. Oh, he couldn't get it. Schlesinger going to take off and run. Got a lot of work to do. Schlesinger, big play! Mark Schlesinger! He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Lee County!
What a play, Mark Schlesinger!
Oh, and there's a flag down.
Oh.
There's a flag down at the 5. I think you're going to get a hold, but it's going to depend on where it occurred. We'll see what it is. It may back it up and bring up 4th and short. That flag came out late, and the block it was associated with might not have been necessary. Schlesinger with a huge play, and we will see what the call is here. If it's a spot foul holding, if it's holding, it's going to be a spot foul down at the 6, which will back him up to the 16. All right, it's going to be, if my eyes don't deceive me, enough for the first down, but it's going to take 6 off the board. They needed to gain the 18 for the first down, got into the end zone. The foul's at the 6. If you're keeping score at home, that backs it up to the 16, so that's a Shed Depot first down, Jackets.
Amen.
1st and 10, and Schlesinger got to be gassed. Hand that ball off a couple times. 1:09 to go, and flips it out to Brown. Brown in the backfield, skips a tackle, gets through there.
Wow.
He gets sideways and is down inside the 10-yard line.
What a move.
What a move indeed.
What a move.
B.J. Brown doing work. I'm interested to see the halftime stats. 52 seconds ago. Clock is a factor now. But in a perfect world, you run this thing down to double zeros and don't let Overhills back on the field. Lee County will get the kick to open the second half. There's the hand to Brown. Brown dancing, touchdown.
Touchdown. Hey, man.
In close quarters like that, that's pretty impressive because I'm not sure he was touched.
I don't think he was.
All right. Second touchdown of the night for B.J. Brown. This one a little bit more hard-earned. 36 seconds left in the half. Lee County with a big score to turn momentum. Hernandez on to convert the extra point.
Hey, we needed some excitement in there, man. Lee County.
Kick is up. Hernandez gets it. It is 14-7. Lee County, not a whole lot of breathing space, but they do move out to a lead. I thought maybe there was some question about whether that was good or not. A little conversation out there with the officials. All right, Lee County, get ready to line up, kick this thing off. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week, brought to you by Wilkins and Cadillac.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
A little deep breath. They finally catch a couple breaks. Punch it in with B.J. Brown. 2 more touchdowns to go with the 2 he had in week 1. Hernandez to kick this. Explosive athletes back there for Overhills. You don't want to make a mistake here. Isaiah Page and Christian Daniel back there to receive the kick. The design of this kickoff team is not to give those guys a shot. And that is a high spinner going to be fielded short at the 30-yard line. It's out. Oof. Good job to fall on it. And that is Oglesby again, who had a nice return on one of those earlier. So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line, 34 seconds to go in the half. Overhills not likely to let off the accelerator, probably going to be looking for something on a crossing route and give Page a chance to make some people miss. He's a big play threat. You've got Leyland in the running game, but I don't think they've seen enough creases created by the offensive line to run the ball here. I think you try to get it to Page running across the field with a head of steam and see if he can run by some folks.
We see JoJo out on the edge now, out of that middle linebacker
All right,
spot.
so Jennings, who went out with an injury earlier on the interception return, is back into the game. He's on that left edge. I think he's coming. Nope. He's going to read, and they're going to give it to Leyland. Nowhere to go. Tough sledding for Leyland this half. Gets about 5. Clock is down inside 25. And Overhills, I think, is going to let this one go to the half. They don't seem to be in any hurry. I'm a little surprised by that. If I had a dynamic receiver like Page, I think I'd have let him touch that before the half. Coach, what do you think?
I'm definitely going for a shot. You ain't got to ask me.
All right, they're not going to run another play. They're lining up 3, 2, 1, and that'll bring us to halftime. So your halftime score from Spring Lake, Overhills Jaguars trailing Lee County 14-7, a score line that might surprise some folks across the state. But good game, very good game actually.
Yes, sir.
And seen a lot of offense, not as much scoring as it probably ought to be, with a lot of turnovers there in the half. All right, we will take a break, and we'll be back with the King Law Firm halftime show, and we'll get some analysis from Coach and talk about what we might see in the second half. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week.
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
All right, soldiers. Today we decide. Are we going to run and hide, or are we going to fight? They think it's over. Well, they got another thing coming. Because today, we're going big.
Introducing Zaxby's new signature sandwich with a double hand-breaded filet, split top bun, and Zax sauce, or new spicy Zax sauce. Only at Zaxby's.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
All right, soldiers. Today we decide. Are we going to run and hide, or are we going to fight? They think it's over. Well, they got another thing coming. Because today, we're going big.
Introducing Zaxby's new signature sandwich with a double hand-breaded filet, split top bun, and Zax sauce, or new spicy Zax sauce. Only at Zaxby's.
Welcome to the NFHS Network's halftime show, brought to you by King Law and New Image Media.
All right, welcome to the King Law halftime show. I'm Chris, Coach Jerry Chalmers. Coach, I'm going to step aside for a minute and let you riff.
What?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You do your thing, sir.
All right, so just a little bit of halftime stats right now. Overhills rushing 14 carries for 38 yards, passing 7 of 12 for 146 and 1 touchdown by Isaiah Page. Lee County running the ball right now. B.J. Brown stats alone, 15 carries, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hey, man, I know you can't see Chris, but, hey, B.J.'s having a game. Passing by Schlesinger, 3 of 9 for 31 yards and an interception. So right now, also, just to give a little bit right away from this game, Richmond County down to Butler, 7-0. Grays Creek over Union Pines right now, 14-0. Pinecrest over Anson, 14-0. Scotland Hogarth tied up at 8. Southern Lee over Green Hope, 6-0 right now at the half.
Hey, you got to love the Cavaliers.
Hey,
Cavaliers out in front at halftime. Let me tell you something. I'm going to keep an eye on that Union Pines game. Union Pines, for me, they're down to Grays Creek. If they can get a win at Grays Creek, my prediction has been to people that have listened to me.
Yeah.
I'm looking how
they're in the playoffs.
I am. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you wet.
Their season, I think, and Coach Truesdale will be mad at me for saying this, comes down to Grays Creek and Hope County. If they can win those 2 ball games and not drop a game they're supposed to win on paper, I think that Union Pines could be dancing at the end of the season. If they drop this game at Grays Creek, it gets a whole lot more complicated for them, and they're going to have to win a game that's going to be a really tough matchup for them. But when they get into conference play, they've got some W's that are possible out there. But when they have to play Lee County, Scotland, Pinecrest, and Richmond,
it gets tough.
Man, it just gets tough. Union Pine's a small 3A school playing in the 3A, 4A conference. The upside for them is their strength of schedule will be as good as anybody's.
It's tough.
The downside is you got to come up with a W against one of those teams. I don't know if they can lose. We'll see. I'm not trying to get too far ahead of myself. It is muggy here in Spring Lake tonight. The haze has lifted. It has cooled off a little bit, but I'm not sure that this is not going to play a factor down the stretch.
Yeah.
Lee County probably a little bit deeper on both sides of the ball. Maybe that plays to their strengths. We'll see how it goes. I'm watching as I'm talking, watching B.J. Brown walk across the other side of the field, and he's walking like he's 63 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as he gets the ball in his hand, he'll be looking like it's the first carry of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry, any last observations?
We got a football game.
We do.
If Lee County can continue to protect the ball. Now, what we're seeing a lot of passing, even though it's only 9 passes thus far, way more than last week in a full game.
It is, and, we said, or we didn't say, the coaching staff has told us, the good thing about Schlesinger, even though he's a first-year quarterback, doesn't make the same mistake twice. The problem is we saw the first mistake the first time.
Yeah.
Saw a couple of those in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
You see that he's a threat with his wheels. He made probably the biggest play of the half for Lee County with that fourth down conversion. There was a touchdown, but ended up being a first down. That could be one of those defining plays.
Agreed.
Schlesinger, a lot of fight in him. He's not going to let this inefficient first half bother him. And Steve Bordeaux, people forget, his thing is offensive design.
Yeah.
What Overhills took away in the first half is not going to stop Lee County in the second because you're going to see some different looks.
Oh, definitely.
I'm interested to see what they are. I would not be surprised. You said, like Coach Bacon from Overhills told you, Lee County had gotten away from the screen to the outside, moved it into the slot. I'm going to see Logan Walker with that screen one time with a head of steam. We'll see what they do. They've had some guys down the field, a little bit late on the delivery, good pressure by Overhills pretty consistently, and they've done a decent job of holding up that Lee County pass rush.
Yes.
Coach Bacon told you they go deep on the offensive line. We're about to see because Lee County is rotating bodies through there, and they've gotten more and more pressure as we've gone through the game. Overhill's going to have to react. Ball's in their court. Southview was one level of competition. Lee County's a whole nother one. We'll see if Overhills is up to this challenge in the second half. Lee County will get the ball to start the half. With a 14-7 lead, they're going to want to get on the board and stretch this out a little bit. And if they get some momentum, hopefully, if you're on that side of the ball, it gets away from them. If you're up here with us, have to watch a football game, might as well see a good game. So we open today's Barn Burner. I'm Chris. This is Jerry. This is the King Law Firm halftime show. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you back with the start of the second half in about 8.5 minutes.
Legal matters involving the family can be emotionally draining, complex, and difficult for all involved. Call the highly skilled attorneys at King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to... Legal matters involving the family can be emotionally draining, complex, and difficult for all involved. Call the highly skilled attorneys at King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right. Legal matters involving the family can be emotionally draining, complex, and difficult for all involved. Call the highly skilled attorneys at King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right.
All you do is win, 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 no matter what. We got you on our mind, we can never get enough. Every time you step into our building, everybody's hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. All you do is win, win, win. Put your hands in the air when you go there.
Visit us online at ClassicNissanSanford.com or call 1-855-461-9595. Classic Nissan Sanford. Wilkinson. WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
All right, soldiers. Today we decide. Are we going to run and hide, or are we going to fight? They think it's over. Well, they got another thing coming. Because today, we're going big!
Introducing Zaxby's new signature sandwich with a double hand-breaded filet, split top bun, and Zax sauce, our new spicy Zax sauce. Only at Zaxby's.
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
All right, soldiers. Today we decide. Are we going to run and hide, or are we going to fight? They think it's over. Well, they got another thing coming. Because today, we're going big!
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. with the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at wilkinsoncars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
All right, soldiers. Today we decide. Are we gonna run and hide? Or are we going to fight? They think it's over. Well, they got another thing coming. Because today, we're going big.
Introducing Zaxby's new signature sandwich with a double hand-breaded filet, split top bun, and Zax sauce, or new spicy Zax sauce. Only at Zaxby's.
If you've been injured in a car crash, the personal injury lawyers at King Law Firm will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right.
All you do is win, 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 no matter what. We got you on our mind, we can never get enough. Every time you step into our building, everybody's hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. All you do is win, win, win. Put your hands in the air when you go there.
Visit us online at ClassicNissanCentral.com or call 1-855-461-9595. Classic Nissan Sanford.
All right, welcome back to Spring Lake, North Carolina, home of the Overhills Jaguars. Accounted well for themselves in the first half, Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
And I said repeatedly an incorrect statement.
It's all right. It's
Upon
all right,
further
man.
review, we think Overhills is getting the ball open in the second half, which helps explain their lack of urgency there at the first half. Figured they were going to get the ball back. No sense in making a big mistake at the end of the half. About a minute and a half from now, we'll be kicking this off. So, you know, we'll continue to halftime show it a little bit. Nice conversation with the PA folks and the staff here at Overhills. Very accommodating. Nice crowd out here.
It is a nice crowd, man.
And I'm a little surprised Lee County didn't travel better. I would have expected that to be about 2/3 full across the way.
Yeah.
Closer to about a third full.
It'll get better. I'll tell you what, while we're on the air, I just have to say it one time for one of the biggest recruits in Lee County. Just tell that boy happy 20th birthday to Desmond Evans. Turned 20 today, which is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
One of the biggest kids in the class of 20, the biggest kid in the class of 20.
6'2", North Carolina lists him out right
just
now.
turns 20 years old
20
today.
years old.
So happy birthday, Des.
Happy birthday.
Tell you
All
what,
right.
the haze is gone again.
The haze is, I tell you, it's kind of coming back, and I think you hit it. I think there's some leaves being burnt somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
You can smell it kind of in here. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make a prediction.
Okay.
I think it's going to be nip and tuck through the third quarter.
Agree.
I'm concerned about Overhills with all these guys playing both ways.
Okay.
This is a 4A squad, and normally you wouldn't expect a 4A squad to put their athletes on both sides of the ball. But all those skill position guys for Overhills are doing double duty, and B.J. Brown not slowing down. And we haven't seen JoJo Jennings in the run game. You put some more mileage on these tires for these corners and DBs for Overhills. JoJo is a load coming when he checks into the game. So we'll see how it works out. Lee County, again, my mistake.
Hey, man, I just got to say, Lee County, B.J. Brown has just as many rushing yards, 144, to Overhill's passing yards at 146.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Pretty evenly matched because
Hey,
the
man.
Overhills hadn't done much in the run game, and Lee County not much at all in the passing game. All right, there's a high spinner going to be fielded again, this time at the 30-yard. Uh-oh. And Oglesby, that's his third return, by far his best of the night, gets him out to the 45-yard line. Overhills will take over 1st and 10.
Brought down, number 34, Jermaine Banks.
You know, it's wild because it's a 4A school. You look at the line and you're like, okay, that's typical 4A size on that line. It's wild, though, because these skill position athletes, it's almost like a good 2A team.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking anything away from anybody, but what I'm saying is these guys are small, but they are lightning fast, and they're playing both ways. Lee County, although they're a 3A squad, it's a big 3A squad, and they go deep, and they will continue to rotate bodies through on both sides of the ball. Very few guys doing double duty. Logan Walker, one of those guys playing left corner right now. All right, Bryant going to hand to Leyland. He's trying to get untracked. Nice pickup. Gets about 4, maybe 5 on the carry. They're trying to look like they're trying to get to the edge a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
I think they've decided that up the middle where the damage was done last week against Southview, probably not going to happen tonight.
Yeah.
I have not called Io Adesanya's number once tonight.
I think it's coming.
I don't think we can get through a game without him having an impact there. Bryant is wrapped up, throws it out late. Ooh, lucky that it didn't turn into a mess. Good job, I suppose, of getting it out there, but that's a dangerous throw. That'll be 3rd and 5. Good pressure from the Jackets. All right, midfield, possibly 4-down territory. We'll see what happens here on 3rd down. This is not a down and distance. Well, there hasn't been a down and distance that Overhills has struggled with. They've converted 3rd and longs, no problem. A little bit of work being done on the sideline there on Christian Daniel, one of those skill position guys we talked about for Overhills. All right, 3rd down. Bryant surveys the defense. Soft coverage out there on the left side. He hands it inside. Leyland gets away from the first guy, does damage, gets about 7, and will have a 1st down for the Jaguars. A Shed Depot 1st down on the play.
Also haven't seen Isaiah Page.
Well, Page, another guy who's over there having a conversation with the coaching staff.
Got number 6 out there. Damian Allen Jr. about the same size as Page. Let's see. Maybe the skill level.
All right, Leyland carries, wrapped up in the backfield, going nowhere. Great play there. Number 54 for the Jackets, Jay Sally making his presence known.
Yes, sir.
And, again, you see fresh bodies rotating out there on that defensive front for the Jackets.
Oh, yeah.
They are blessed with a great deal of talent. And these guys stay in the program. And, you know, we've said it time and time again, Steve Bordeaux, 5th year under his guidance. They don't bring people up to the varsity to sit. All right, Leyland bounces outside. First big run of the night, maybe. Good job of wrapping him up there. Logan Walker on the tackle, drags him down, gets a hold of a leg and won't let go. 3rd and about 4 coming up here.
So as we see,
3rd and 3 maybe.
Overhill switching it up a little.
Well, the scheme is different in the run game. They're trying to get to the edges more quickly, and I think they've changed the blocking accordingly, trying to pin down and isolate.
Hey, to give a big fact.
All right, 3rd and 2 by the time they finish up. Bryant drops, throws out into the flat. Big hit.
Big hit.
He saw that one coming.
Wee, Riley Cotton laying some wood out there, I'll tell you that.
Boom.
Well, I tell
Can he
you,
be an honorary Boom brother?
You got to have that last name, McKendall.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, you got to have the McKendall last name. TA definitely has.
It's part of TA's legacy.
That's part of TA's legacy right there.
4th and 5. Overhill's going to keep the offense on the field. Ball at the 38-yard line. Big play here. They want to keep the momentum. Clock inside 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Only so many touches to get the rest of the way. Bryant drops. Pressure's coming fast. Throws the screen inside. Got his man. Big play coming. They needed 5. Got 10. Good patience. Kevin Leyland on the reception converts, and Overhills will keep it moving. I tell you, that's a heartbreaker. Ronnie Hooker coming untouched off the edge, thought he had a sack, and he got sucked in there. That was by design.
Well, I'll tell you what, just to give a little historic fact about Coach Bacon, he is a state champion as an O-line coach at Hillside. Hey, so that O-line is in good hands.
All right, Bryant, hands inside the line.
Oh, big hit. There he is. There he is, the sophomore Ronnie Hooker with a big hit. Hey, I tell you what, man. We're going to hear Ronnie Hooker's name for the next few years.
Well, he's one of those
Very
young
heavy.
men coming in and I talked to Coach. We talked a lot about Jaden Hill as a sophomore on the offense. Haven't seen much from him tonight.
Yeah.
Ronnie Hooker, one of the future stars of that defense, maybe having his breakout game.
Gotcha.
Couple big plays there. Tackle for loss. Drops him for a loss of about 4 on the play. 2nd and long coming up. Pressure right up the middle. Gets it out there. Has got Leyland. Leyland trying to make a man miss. Gets the first one to miss. Going to be corralled and driven out of bounds. On 2nd and 14, picks up. We'll see where he stops walking. Looks like he picks up about 5. 3rd and 9 coming up. Well, the far side of the field's got the spot at about the here we go. Personal foul. Face mask against Lee County, and that's huge. That's going to walk Overhills down into the RE/MAX red zone. 7.5 minutes to go. Overhill's been down here a few too many times.
Yeah.
The last 2 times there were picks in the end zone that flipped the field position and momentum. I would be surprised if we don't see him run the ball a couple of times. Checking in at tailback for the Jaguars, Cameron Oglesby, who had the big kickoff return to start this drive. And the hand is to him, and he is swallowed up. No, he dances out of it now. He's going to be brought down for a loss.
Gang tackle.
And that was Jennings.
And 58, not Brandon Kirkland. Can't quite see that
Trying
number.
to see that number from across the way.
It's 50.
Was it Jay Sally again with another play? I think it might have been. No, you are correct. I think that was Braden Kirkland.
That's all right. Braden Kirkland listed at O-line, playing a little defense tonight, and that was
part of the depth here. All right, now we're going to get 2nd and 14 coming up. Timeout Overhills as they're going the wrong direction. While they talk about that, we'll take a break, pay some bills. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week. or we're going to stay here. Apparently, Jerry, we're staying here with the action. All right, Overhills huddled on the sideline. Offense wants to talk about it.
So, Chris, let's see. Let's talk about a little something else.
Let's do it.
Richmond County this year lost a big game their first week.
Well, they did to a very, very, very good Mount Tabor team.
I agree.
And then let's be clear, they didn't lose the game. They got blown out.
Down right now to Butler as well. I'm going to go back and check the score and see where they're at shortly.
I was told. You're going to have to confirm this. I was told the last time Richmond started a season 0-3.
I told you.
Oh, you said that.
Yes,
well,
sir.
see, I take it as law.
Yes, sir.
Richmond years ago started 0-3 and won a state championship. That's an impressive feat. But down to Butler in week 2 after having dropped a game at home, and that doesn't happen very often down at the Rock.
That's tough.
All right. Jordan Bryant, the haze is back. That smoke, which, the High School Athletic Association, they got to get involved in that. Nice tackle in open space. That was dangerous. And the corner comes up there. Is that
Raleigh?
Raleigh Cotton again. A number of big plays on defense, and now it's third and even longer. Third and about 17 coming up here for the Jaguars. They're going the wrong direction. And I tell you, this is a new system. They put the air raid in. I'm not trying to be funny when I get there, but not a whole lot of time to do quality control in red zone.
Agreed.
But that is the one thing I think some emphasis will be on because they've gotten the ball, moved it well between the 20s.
Yeah.
Their problems have come up in the red zone. All right, so they need to get down to about the 3-yard line for a first down. Third down coming here. They want a touchdown, not a field goal attempt. Reverse maybe. Nope. Bryant motion there, throws it into and behind the line, that's Isaiah Page. They got a snap. I think maybe we're going to. And that's going to be fourth down. They're going to call it incomplete. We didn't see it. It was thrown into sort of a mass of humanity. And Lee County sort of paused, so I would imagine it did touch the ground. Not too much protest coming from the receiver, so not able to connect with Isaiah Page. And now we got fourth and a mile. Ball is spotted outside the 20. Need to get down to about the 3 to convert this first down. Lee County not trying to give up a big play. Keep your eyes on number 5, split wide out to the slot on the left side. Jordan Bryant drops, pumps, pressure, throws it out late, and another incompletion as the pressure got there. And that was Braden Kirkland.
Yes, sir.
Making plays. Isaiah McKendall in the backfield with him, but Braden Kirkland with maybe the best defensive sequence we've ever seen from him.
Yes, sir.
He is a guy that provides defensive depth, but is known more
the O-line
as part of that O-line rotation. Lee County runs about 8 offensive linemen on any given week, sometimes as many as 10. Kirkland moving over there, earning himself some reps on defense and getting his name in the book. All right, Schlesinger trying to improve upon what was not a stellar first half. B.J. Brown with the carry, cuts back, bounces, steps out of a tackle, and wrapped up and brought down at the 26-yard line.
Stopping on a dime.
I do have to say Overhills has gotten better. There haven't been a whole lot of scary, he might take it the distance, but he's getting 6, 10 at a pop. They add up, and as time wears on, as we said during the opening of the half, watch for Overhills to get a little gassed because when the time is right, that ball's tipped up in the air and caught almost. Oof. Great effort there on the deflection, and that's twice one of those screens has popped up in the air. Overhills knows it's coming. The screen's not going to be effective when you know it's coming.
They're on it.
Unless you're Union Pines during the Lonnie Cox era where that's all you do and you run it perfectly all the time.
Yes, sir.
All right, 3rd and 5. Lee County not wanting their defense to be back out on the field. Need a conversion here. B.J. Brown split almost as an H-back here. He's going to take the hand, going to the right. Got work to do. Cuts it back. Got work to do and is not going to get there. Is going to come up about 3 yards short. And we'll see the punt team for Lee County again. And they got a good punt earlier in the game.
Yeah.
However, the mishaps from last week still lingering in people's mind. Need a clean conversion. And if I'm Overhills, I'm coming after this kick. I don't know why they're backing up for a return. They have been long, lofty snaps. You got time to get there. Another one's very slow, but they set up the return. Kick is away. There's a flag on the field, which would lead me to believe that this is going to be too many men on the field. I don't know why Lee County stopped that before it rolled again. But where that flag is at would come from the back judge who was counting bodies. Don't be surprised if there were 12 men on the field for Overhills. Let's see what we got. That would be a backbreaker if they give up a first down on something as mundane as that.
That's definitely it. Coach going hysterical on the sideline.
Oh, illegal substitution, and they get the ball back. Too many men on the field for Overhills. Oh, my goodness, Jared.
That's tough.
So 4th and 3, you get the ball back with momentum, and now you got to have that defense back out on the field. That's a crusher. Big break for Lee County. They're going to get 5 on the penalty, needed 3, first down. Brought to you by Shed Depot. Lee County offense stays out there. If you're Overhills, you can't keep tempting fate. You give them enough chances, they're going to find a way to get B.J. Brown into space. I tell you what, had Schlesinger snapped that quick, there was a mix-up in coverage. He saw it late. Now he's trying to take off with it. Get rid of the ball, Mark. Yeah, we saw that last week a couple times. He's not going to take much of a loss, but on that play, there's no reason to take a chance. Just get rid of that thing when you got your shoulder squared. Change you may not be aware of this year, Jerry. You can throw the ball away out of the pocket without it being intentional grounding this year in North Carolina. Change the rules.
Okay.
Not that, people are making a whole lot of adjustment to it, but it is a little different on the intentional grounding rules as it's been in the past. All right, 2nd and long coming up. Maybe lost a foot on that play, so that's a sack for Overhills. Schlesinger going to keep it. He's up the middle.
He's a runner.
Outside.
He's a runner. First down.
All right, Schlesinger needed 10.5, gets about 12, and that'll be a Shed Depot first down, Jackets.
The haze got you choked up, Chris.
Man, you're joking, but it's really.
Oh yeah, I'm serious.
I'm glad I'm not out there running around with the helmet on, and I'm dead serious when I say that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a conversation about this.
It's
That's
serious.
not okay.
I don't know who wants to burn on Friday night behind the football.
Nor do
field.
I. And maybe it was by design. I don't know. All right, snap. Hand to B.J. Brown. Brown dancing. Good job here after that first quarter by Overhills to kind of bottle him up. He's getting his yards, but they're not coming in chunks.
I think one thing is they got to get that snap down. They're losing time.
It changes the timing.
Snap. Yeah.
Couldn't agree with you more.
And, I mean, it's consistent.
It is. All right. 2nd and 7. There's a good snap. Schlesinger drops, looks, throws it out late and low. He's been consistently low on those outside routes, and that'll be 3rd and long. Looking for Jennings on the play.
It looks like Overhills wants to force Mark to be a passer. I mean, especially in these 3rd down situations, 3rd and long here. I mean, do you put it in his gut or do you give Mark that opportunity?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
I got 3rd and 7 at midfield. B.J. Brown's touching it twice in the run game.
10-4.
Here's one. There he goes.
There's a first down.
And he's going to keep pushing. First down.
First down.
Needed 7, got 8. I know, and I love Steve, very good friend of mine. A greater football mind than I could ever hope to be, does football better than I do just about anything in life.
Yeah.
However, it's got to be hard for those offensive minds sometimes to not outthink themselves.
Yeah.
If you can't stop that, I'll do it all day.
All night long.
All right, here
There's
comes Brown
JoJo.
again. Oh,
There's
JoJo into the
JoJo.
game. This is a different dynamic in the run game. There he goes! JoJo Jennings going to the house. Touchdown, Jackets. Running through, folks.
Yes,
He'll
sir.
go 43 on his first carry of the night, if I'm not mistaken.
First carry of the night.
43 yards and a touchdown for Jennings. No flags on the play. That, Jerry, is what I was afraid was going to happen. You got some Overhills defenders that have gotten hit one too many times, and Jennings is a big boy coming through that hole.
Yes, sir.
Just playing out in the back with your uncle.
What a comparison.
Man.
What a comparison, man.
What a weapon to have.
Yes, sir. Offensively and defensively.
And not only what a weapon to have, but as talented a back as he is, what does it say about him that he's okay with not touching the ball in the run game until the third quarter? Doesn't miss a blink. I'll see him on Monday, and he'll be smiling from ear to ear. Couldn't care less.
He's a football player, man.
He wants that ring.
He's a football player.
All right.
Now, JoJo's been a starter since 9th grade.
Not many people you can say that about in Lee County.
At linebacker.
And was never undersized, which is kind of amazing.
Never. From day one, never undersized.
All right, Hernandez on for the extra point.
He had some great ones to take notes from with Larry Baldwin and T.J. Johnson. Great linebackers to come behind.
All right, Hernandez, first-year kicker for Lee County. Nice snap, nice hold. Kick is up. Good-looking kick, and that is straight at Drew, and Lee County stretches out to a 2-touchdown lead, 2:25 to go in the third quarter, excuse me.
The haze is
killing me.
thicker.
I'm going to need some therapy after this. All right, as they get lined up to kick it off, we'll take a quick break. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Pat McCracken. With over 30 years of educational experience and a current member of the Board of Education, I bring exceptional knowledge of key strategies needed for student success. From interacting at schools to Friday night football, I have a passion to see all students excel academically, athletically, and socially. I am focused on the total success of every student in Lee County schools. I am Pat McCracken, and I approve this message. Paid for by the committee to elect Pat McCracken.
All right, even on the road, you can't get away from that McCracken name. Not at McCracken Field at Paul B. Gay Stadium. Pat McCracken running for the school board. If you haven't made your decisions as to who you're going to vote for, check it out. Give a second look to Pat McCracken.
Oh, yeah.
I can assure you, beyond everything else, that Pat McCracken's always got his eye on what the district can do to make sports programs better.
Definitely.
For those of you that don't know, Pat McCracken, among all the other things he does, is the PA announcer for Lee County football home games, has been for years. I remember when he called and asked me, told me that he was going to start doing that. Seems like a million years ago.
Oh, yeah.
He's there. He's part of the furniture.
Hey, man.
Does a fantastic job.
One thing for certain that I've always noticed, he has on his classic Birkenstocks everywhere.
I wish
everywhere
that I was as comfortable in my wardrobe as Pat is.
Yes, sir.
I believe Pat would wear shorts and flip-flops everywhere. I'm sure he wears them to church. That is his thing. Just a good guy, though. Who has anything bad to say about Pat McCracken?
I have never heard anything bad. Man, that smoke is thicker.
All right, 2:19 to go, third quarter. Jordan Bryant looking to mount a comeback here. They've moved the ball between the 20s. It's stalled down inside the red zone. Got some work to do here. Worst field position of the night. That is thrown out there. Jennings trying to hog it down. Man, just dancing. I am told, I'm going to have to look at the stats, but the home folks here said if you think Isaiah Page is explosive out there, you ought to see him on the basketball court.
Hey, man, he's great.
I can't even imagine.
I have not seen him play basketball. But, I mean, I can't imagine him being better on the basketball court than the football field. He's been doing this football field some justice for so long, even here at Overhills in the earlier years of the Spring Lake Eagles watching him play. He's been dynamic, man.
Well, that is a word that is well suited for him. Big penalty there. Spot foul marks back about 8, first and 18 instead, so the play wiped off the board. Here comes pressure from Lee County. A little bit of time. There he is. And I tell you, he better wrap up. All right, number 2 there, Isaiah Peoples laid a big pop, and Page was unfazed, kept going, and is out. Good yardage on that first down play. First and 18, picks up about 14 of those. Second and 4 coming up.
And Page brought down by Riley Cowton, who are former teammates.
Who else has that sort of insight right there.
Hey, man.
All right, a bunch formation. We're seeing a new wrinkle here for this Overhills.
Ooh, big hit.
Man, gotta wrap up. Gotta wrap up.
Oh, 34.
Good job to finish that up.
Banks with
Jermaine
the cleanup
Banks
there.
after that was Hooker that got there initially, but you're going to have to wrap these guys up, and there's an injury. Oh, I tell you, that doesn't look good. All right, stoppage in play here. There's an injured Jaguar down on the field, maybe a cramp.
Looks like
Let's hope it's a cramp, and I'm not surprised because it's 1,000,000 degrees, and we are breathing in leaf smoke. I'm worn out in the booth. I'm going to sleep for 14 hours tomorrow. I can't imagine what these young men are going through. All right, while they tend to the hopefully cramp, we'll take a break. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week brought to you by Wilkinson Cadillac. Lee County 21, Overhills 7, near the end of the third quarter. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
At King Law Firm, we draft wills and healthcare power of attorney to protect individuals' wishes. Call King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right. If you've been injured in a car crash, the personal injury lawyers at King Law Firm will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right.
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at.
All right. Looks like it's cramps for Kevin Leyland. He's put up a lot of work tonight and played both sides of the football. Cramping not unexpected. So as you coach, what's your secret recipe to stave off cramps, Jerry? You a pickle juice guy or what?
Mustard.
Mustard, really?
Mustard.
I would die.
I mean, man, I was in the military, so pack some mustard.
All right, fair enough.
I'm telling you.
All right, Jordan Bryant, 3rd and 9. Need a play here. Drops. Pressure coming. Pressure coming. Pressure coming. They got him. He goes down. Kept it alive for a while, but that was maybe the best coverage we've seen tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Isaiah Townsend thought he was open across the middle. Don't think he understands how hard it is to pick somebody out that late in the route.
I got a question.
Bryant goes down. Big loss on the play. Probably 9
Could
lost.
this haze be an issue?
100%. 100%.
I mean, you know.
It's like playing at dusk with no lights.
Man, it's tough.
I have no doubt that it is messing with their vision and their cardiovascular and everything else. All right, Gamma, who had a huge punt earlier. Lee County coming after it, doesn't quite get there. Good job not to run to the punter. And Peoples doesn't get up, and luckily, and their kick, nice little, good try. That'll be out to the 44. A nice punt, bad bounce, kind of undoes some of that.
Hey,
give them about 38 on the punt, and Lee County with good field position. If they can get a score here, you got to think that is big trouble for Overhills.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris. Whatever adjustments Coach Berto made at the half, it has definitely made some differences.
Well, I think what you've seen is a commitment more into the running game, but let's not forget, had it not been for that enormous illegal substitution penalty on the punt that Overhills forced, we've got a different ball game. That's just the type of error, just self-inflicted wounds, man.
And I mean, even on their Lee County's defensive side, it has made a difference. They're not giving up those passes that they gave up before.
I agree with you, and I think we saw the change when Banks checked into the game.
Yeah.
They went and they started dropping down a little bit. They weren't playing as soft on page
Yes.
And they kind of played off everybody else and said, all right, you're going to have to get us somebody else.
Yes, sir.
But, yeah, the defense definitely adjusted. They also have generated more pass rush because we had plenty of clean pockets early on there with Bryant was able to survey the field, let guys cross because those crossing routes are great except they take forever to get together. They overthrows everybody. Good-looking ball, but on every deep attempt thus far, he's overthrown his receivers, and you got to do something to overthrow Logan Walker.
Yeah.
Because Walker can pick him up and put him down.
Yes, sir.
He still says he is the fastest player on this team, and there aren't too many people arguing with him. Got behind everybody there.
Yeah, I hadn't seen. Yeah, I can about agree.
Oh, ask him. He'll tell you.
I can agree.
He'll tell you without hesitation. I assure you. All right, 2nd and 10 now for the Jackets. Overhills trying to stop the bleeding. Pitches to Brown. Brown with a head of steam. Gets out, forced out of bounds after a gain of about 7, 3rd and 3 coming up. And is there a flag? There is a flag, comes down late in the area where you'd expect holding. Tough spot there. They only gave him about 5 on the run, maybe 6, but that's going to go backwards from the spot, bring up 2nd and about 14. Ooh, they not set a number. What are you doing? What are you doing, officials? We don't do that in high school. Logan Walker just said his name, and the referee put him on blast with the hold there. I'm sure he doesn't appreciate that. All right, Schlesinger hands to Brown. Brown, Overhills, good job bottling that up. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 coming up, maybe 3rd and 11.
Tell you what, 55. That is Nick Major, who was one of the linemen that the coach talked about, hopefully looking to get some college interest. Been getting a little bit, but not quite the ones he may have wanted. He's definitely laying some hits tonight.
Well, 6'4", 255. He's got college size and has had an impact. Schlesinger going to keep it. He takes off. He's made a couple big plays in the run game. Going to be close enough.
Down.
4 down territory if he didn't get there. I think he came down about a yard short. And I'm going to tell you what, why not run the same thing again?
Well, you see who's coming in. 22, JoJo Jennings.
I see it.
Last time touched the ball, went for 44 or 46 yards on a touchdown on his first carry of the game.
Pretty efficient. This time from the 35. Schlesinger's going to follow him. And, nice pop.
Hit.
And ball's out. Looked like forward progress was stopped. The officials disagreed, and on 4th and 3, Overhills makes yet another big play on defense.
Christopher
going the other way. Couldn't tell who got that initial stick, but Schlesinger is not a small young man.
That was number 11, Christopher Gamma.
The punter.
Yes, sir. 6 foot, 220.
Well, he brought it.
He's also the anchor on the defense.
And he stopped Schlesinger in his tracks, which is doing something. And it went the other way, and Overhills gets it. There's still a ball game, 10.5 to go, 43-yard line. They'll start out 1st and 10. They need a big play. I think we're going to see a little wrinkle in the alignment. Isaiah Page checking in at running back. Haven't seen that tonight, if at all. And he played tailback last year. Has made more of a move to receiver. They throws, that's a lateral. He managed to snatch it.
Woo, look at McKendall.
Great pursuit. Isaiah McKendall chases that down.
Hey, he looked good coming across there, man. Tell you that. That's the most speed I've seen him play with, sideline to sideline. Oh, yeah.
McKendall making his presence known.
Oh, yeah. Nice hit.
All right, no urgency here from Overhills. They've got time to get a couple of scores. Nice pursuit. I mean, those young men in blue are scary when they get into space. You can just sense they're a step away. All right, Leyland out of the game. This is a hand to number 15, and he's got it step.
There's Joe.
Lee County's got the angle, going to force him out, and that is a big gain for Christian Daniel.
Biggest run of the night.
40 on the carry for Daniel. This team, you know who they remind me of in terms of their athletes is J.H. Rose from a couple of years ago, where it was a track meet. If those guys got into space, they were gone. These guys got 4 or 5 guys that'll take it to the house.
Hey, that weight loss,
that is
JoJo running there.
The biggest run of the night by far for Overhills, and they're in here swinging. I like the attitude. They have gotten punched in the mouth a couple of times, and they have continued to fight, and now they're back in this. If they can punch one in here, we got our ball game. But again, not to belabor the point, down inside the RE/MAX red zone is where Overhills has struggled on offense. Once again, they're down there. Ball's placed about the 18-yard line. In the backfield, no Leyland in there. We saw him go down with cramps. He's out there trying to stretch him out on the sideline. In his stead, Christian Daniel, who just made that big run. Now he's going to split out wide, empty, and we got to delay a game, and that is a backbreaker.
That's tough.
You just can't do that, Jerry.
They've had a few of those.
Well, I don't know. They've not been good in the red zone. Maybe the thought process is we'll get back out of the red zone and maybe have some more success. But here we go. All right, ball back out to the 23. Too many first down pre-snap penalties. Overhills playing from behind the sticks. Empty backfield. Haven't seen that much at all tonight. 5 receivers in the route. Bryant takes a snap, looking, got screen. Oh, diagnosed, and I tell you what. Number 5, Isaiah Page, is taking some pops tonight, but he was measured. Riley Cotton with a chance to take his cleats off and pulled up as the ball went over his head. 2nd and 15. Got any updates on those scores, Jerry?
Yep, I'm looking right now. I'm going to give you some updates just shortly.
Give me a Union Pines score, man. I am really, really interested to see what's going on in Union Pines.
All right. Richmond down 20-7.
Wow.
At the half. Not expected.
No, not at all.
Not expected.
A lot of games behind us. A 7 o'clock kick for us tonight. A lot of games kicking off at 7:30. All right, Jordan, 2nd and 15. Brings a man in motion. Fakes the reverse. They throw the screen. This is Page. Page, oh, my goodness. What a move. What a move, and he spins, and he's into the end zone. Jerry Chalmers, what a move.
G-Baby.
Wow.
G-Baby.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
What an individual effort. You just keep running it, keep running it, keep running it. When you can finally get it in his hands, he's dangerous. We've seen the potential. 9:26 to go. He just ran past a lot of jackets and then pulled a B button at the goal line and walked in.
Yes, sir.
All right, Isaiah Page with the huge 23-yard screen conversion.
Hey, we got a game.
This right here is a huge play in the game as Oates is on for the extra point. Lee County, adept at blocking kicks. How did they not get there? 4 jackets came down around the holder. They didn't get a hand to it. The kick is up, is good. 21-14, 9.5 to go in the ball game. Lee County facing early season adversity. We'll see how they respond after the break.
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
All right, welcome back to Spring Lake. Lee County on the ropes, 21-14. They're nursing a 7-point lead. Overhills, who has not been afraid to kick this deep. B.J. Brown and Kendall Morris, the return men for Lee County, don't get to see a whole lot of deep kicks. They salivate thinking about it. We're going to get a return from Kendall Morris. He loves this. Here we go with a head of steam. He gets to the outside. He's on the sideline, and he is down the field all the way out to the 42. Flag on the play is all coming back. Flag back at the 27 is going to wipe out 35 yards of return from Kendall Morris. And as Overhills has shot himself in the foot a couple times tonight, Lee County returns the favor, and it'll be backed up now. I think they marked that at the 27. They'll start out 1st and 10 at the 17 instead of out at the 42. You're looking at 41 yards of lost field position right there. That's the hidden yardage that coaches talk about. Huge play.
So give you an update on the game that you asked about. Union Pines still down 14-0 right now at the half.
All right, Coach Trisdale down there with the Union Pines with the Vikings making halftime adjustments, I'm sure. All right, Schlesinger with Brown in the backfield. Hand us to Brown. Brown dancing. Overhills, they've got it diagnosed. They swallow him up. Struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see where the spot is. May have gotten none on the play. Gonna have to change it up. Tyler McMullen checks back into the game. D1 body there,
yes,
getting a lot of run in recruiting circles as much as any of these Jackets. Tyler McMullen checks in at 6'3", weight's not listed. We're going to go with about 345.
All day long.
The strongest of all the Jackets. Probably one of the strongest Jackets of all time. Oh, flipped late. Kendall Morris. Morris has got some work to do, and he's all the way out to the 40-yard line. Big play. Schlesinger makes it happen.
Nice play.
No flags. Got to check that. 23 on the catch for Kendall Morris with his first big play on offense. And that's the dynamic Schlesinger can add. When he figures out when it's time to do that and when it's not appropriate, they can be really dangerous. B.J. Brown, I think we get a healthy dose, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get another first down here. We might see a very healthy dose of JoJo Jennings in that backfield. This reminds me of the Fuquay game last year where they kind of went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and at the end of the game they just said, you can't stop it.
Yes, sir. And
here he comes. All right, 2nd and 9 coming up. We'll see if Overhill's got enough gas in the tank because they're going to get a lot of football player coming at them through the hole here. The offensive line done a decent job tonight against Overhills. They haven't starred like they do some nights. Hasn't been a whole lot of room up the middle.
Right.
Jennings in at tailback to the right of Schlesinger. And Schlesinger's going to keep. He's straight ahead, and he's going to have a first down. Needed 9, got 11, maybe 12. That's a dynamic. We saw a little bit of that. People like to talk about Colin Johnson and his ability to run. The quarterback that took Lee County to the state championship game 4 years ago. Yes, it would be 3 years removed. 3 seasons ago. No disrespect to Colin Johnson. He didn't run the ball like Mark Schlesinger does. Listen, Colin Johnson was effective as a runner, but Colin Johnson wasn't going to put a hat on you at the end of the run.
I don't know, man. Colin's one of the toughest high school quarterbacks I've seen.
I don't disagree with you.
Hey,
all right, there's the throw. It's wide. Oh, my goodness. He threw that one behind the receiver looking for Morris, and that should have been picked. Woo! Marquis Staten is going to lose sleep over that tonight.
But I tell you what, Chris, I mean, just to say that, Colin Johnson never missed a football game.
Well,
I don't think he ever came out.
You recall during the playoffs when he had the flu.
Yeah.
And everybody thought Will Patterson was going to get the start, his first start, and Colin said negative.
Not happening.
And he came out there and got him through to the next round. There's Jennings with the carry. Head of steam, pulling
there
people.
It is. There
breaking
it is.
tackles.
There it is.
Out of another one. He's around the left side.
There it is.
And this is pretty predictable.
But you know what's coming.
Jennings picked up about 16 on the carry, and he's going to check out.
Now, you know, last year when you spoke of the Fuquay game, you got a dose of T.J. Johnson, JoJo Jennings, T.J. Johnson, JoJo Jennings, big running backs. Hey, man, I don't see that package this year.
Well, you know, you can only – Jennings is down 15 pounds or so.
Yeah.
Not quite the load that he was, and certainly not the load that Johnson was. Johnson was, I mean, throwing haymakers back there. But it is definitely a different dynamic. All right, Brown with the carry. And the defense is softened up a little bit. Brown's going to have, still fighting. He's got about 13 on the carry, and that'll be a Shed Depot first down for the Jackets. And the clock is running. They're going to try and work this clock. There will be no hurry. Steve Bordeaux been in big games, been in tight games. He knows how to manage these. Jennings was going to check in. They're going to keep him out there. I think you might see a backfield with Morris and Brown. You do. Kendall Morris lines up at tailback for the first time. And you're going to get a timeout. Overhills needs a breather, I think. A lot of heads hanging hands on hips. 6:12 to go. Lee County is trying to put their foot on their collective necks. We'll see if they're able to do it after this break. 6:12 to go. 21-14. Lee County up on Overhills.
All right, soldiers. Today we decide. Are we going to run and hide, or are we going to fight? They think it's over. Well, they got another thing coming. Because today, we're going big.
Introducing Zaxby's new signature sandwich with a double hand-breaded filet, split top bun, and Zax sauce, or new spicy Zax sauce. Only at Zaxby's.
All right, welcome back to Spring Lake, North Carolina, home of the Overhills Jaguars. Giving Lee County everything they would have anticipated and more. Lee County trying to get a score here and make it real tough on Overhills. Lee County, perennial playoff team, big 3A school. Overhills, not necessarily a rich legacy of football, but you thought maybe they were starting to turn the corner. I'm impressed. Oof. All right, they line Morris up for the first time in the backfield and try to get him loose, and that didn't go anywhere. And I think they may have tipped their hand with the new alignment, knowing they were keying on him. All right, so second and about 16 coming here. Lee County going backwards. Clock continues to run inside 6 minutes. They can probably, I'm not doing real tight math here, but they can probably get this down to about the 3-minute mark before they have to make a decision, even if they don't get a first down. Hand is to Brown. Picking his way, ducked under a tackle, spins, continues to drive forward, picks up about 5 on the play, third and about 11 coming up here, maybe 12. All right, probably, oh man. How many yards do you get before you let Hernandez take a shot at this? That'd be the first big kick of his career.
It would be.
On the road in the haze. I guess you don't contemplate the decision until you see what happens on third down here. Gonna have to pick some real estate up to give him a shot. We don't know what his range is because we haven't seen him stretched out yet. Brown around the left side, got work to do. Cuts it back inside and may have gotten close enough to the first down that they're going to go for this. We'll see here in just a moment. He is thrown out of bounds. Overhills tacklers slow to get up. BJ slow to get up. Nothing new there. 4.5 to go. Fourth down, 4th and 5. Tough spot there.
Chris.
No hesitation from Coach Bordeaux. They're going to keep the offense out on the field. Everybody keyed in on Coach Bordeaux, making that call.
Run down.
Maybe going to get a timeout here. Nope, they're gonna line it up late. They're not going to get the timeout. Nope, then I call it late. I think he rethought that. 4:06, 4:07. We'll see where they reset the clock to. Around 4:07, I think, when they walk that back. And the timeout, Lee County. What are you talking about in the huddle now if you're Coach Bordeaux?
Composure. You have to stay. All line have to have their assignment. You can't give up no penalty right here, offside penalty. You got to hold your block. You got to execute right here. Execute right now this is the biggest play of the game right now for Lee County. By far. Biggest possession of the game.
So Overhills has done a fantastic job taking away everything in the passing game.
Yeah.
And I think that given the schedule here for the next couple weeks, Lee County can work on some things, but where you're at right now with this offense, I don't think they have a bread and butter pass play they can go to.
No.
I feel like you have to run the ball here and take your chances. We'll see.
I agree.
Jennings in there with Brown in the backfield. So you're either going to get Jennings bringing the load in the line, or you're going to try to run Brown behind Jennings. Of course, you could run Schlesinger behind both of them. Man in motion. And Overhills, almost an offsides penalty that would have made it really interesting. Probably would have been a first down. Schlesinger, hands to Brown. Brown's got space. Dunks out, outside.
He's in there.
He's through, jumps through, and looks like he needed 5 and got 6. Let's see the spot.
Gonna be close.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 4-yard line, and that is going to be Overhills football. Tough spot by the officials. All right, Jags, stop him. Look from here like he got the line to gain. Officials didn't see it that way. There's an official timeout, and they've already flipped the chains around. They're not going to talk about that. Oh, there's a man down on the field. We can't see because of the huddle, so an Overhills player is down. Whew, man, big play by Overhills, and given 3:54 to go, could be the play of the game. They could have just saved this thing. Lee County, you got to think with the way they're running the ball, would have been tough to keep out from there. I said the 4, I meant the 9. But that is a big play, Jerry. I'm impressed. I like this Overhills squad. I like the fact that they are very, very deep with their underclassmen. My concern is when this senior class leaves, looking up and down this roster, I don't see a contributor in this junior class that we've called their name tonight. You got a lot of sophomores, a lot of seniors. I don't know what happened with that junior class.
A lot of these seniors the coach talked about were first-year starters, even as seniors.
Well, Kevin Leyland with his, 224 last week.
Cramping.
All right, 3:54 Overhills. They've got the explosive athletes. All they need is one big play. They've got 3 or 4 guys we've seen, if they get a step, can take this to the house. Lee County trying to keep everything in front of them. And this is a great test for this Lee County secondary early in the season. A lot of new faces over there on that side of the ball. Here's the snap. Hand is to Leyland. Leyland trying to find space. Gets a few. Gang tackled after a gain of about 6. Second and short coming up. I like the play design. I like the execution. Offensive line getting moving. Leyland with a head of steam after dealing with cramps is back in there. Good back.
Yes, sir.
Solid, man. Clock is ticking. 3.5 to go. Need to see a little urgency from Overhills.
You have to be aware of Page.
Probably the last possession for them. Jordan Bryant from the gun, hands inside and wrapped up and dragged down, no gain. That was Christian Daniel on the carry. He's had a couple of big plays in this ball game, not the least of which was the interception early in the game. All right, 3rd and 3. Obviously 4-down territory here. It doesn't matter what happens here. You're not going to punt this away. Inside 3 to go. No urgency with this Overhill squad, which is, it could be indicative of patience, could be indicative of communication issues in the first year with the new system, or a combination of all of that. Clock will be down inside 2:40 when the ball's snapped. Overhills, man, I don't mean to sound as though I'm exaggerating. Oh, my gosh. Christian Daniel slips 2 tackles. Now he's going to be forced out of bounds, but he gets the first down. Would have been dropped for a loss. Finally hawked down by Jennings on the sideline, but that is a Shed Depot first down for the Jags, and it'll stop the clock very briefly. They wind it already. 2:20 to go. No home cooking from the clock operators here. 2:17 to go. 3 consecutive runs to start the drive. Are you surprised, Jerry?
I'm not surprised. Tell you what, that missed tackle.
At some point, you're going to get play action here and try and get one of these guys behind. There, Jordan Bryant with straight drop.
Looking for
plenty
Page.
of time. Throws it out.
Oh, it's picked.
Oh, and it's knocked away. What a great Great play by Isaiah Page to save the ball game. Logan Walker had it, took a step, couldn't get that second step. Isaiah Page saves the game for Overhills and keeps them alive. 2nd and 10. Bad look, first really bad ball we've seen tonight.
Agree.
In the flow of the game from Jordan Bryant.
But that's also the knowledge of the game by Page.
100%.
Yes, sir.
All right, 1:55. Clock stopped. 2nd and 10. Take a deep breath. All right, Bryant from the gun. 2 backs in the backfield with him. They'll keep one in to block. He drops, throws. All right. Comes up to stick. Going to be short of the first down, which is a big deal. That'll keep the clock going. Anthony Battie is on the stop. Ball at the 35. They give him the first down. Generous spot. All right, clock running. 1:40. Bryant drops. Pressure, throws it short, got Leyland. Leyland cuts it back inside. Going to be dragged down after a gain of about 4 on the play. Clock continues to run inside a minute and a half. Personnel coming out on for Overhills. A little bit of confusion as they're running players off late. Everybody looking to the sidelines to get the play call in, and clock tick, 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 inside 1:15 to go. And they're still not set. Now they get set. Ball snapped at 1:08. Pressure. Bryant lofts it. That should be picked, and it's tipped away. I think if Walker lets that go through, he had no way to know that the man was behind him.
Anthony
Battle,
I
called him Battie earlier, my mistake. Anthony Battle was there, might have had that thing. Instead, you've got 3rd and about 6, 1:03 to go in the ball game. Overhills, they're close, buddy.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, I'm a little surprised by the scheme because they're not trying to run those crossing routes. They're actually trying to get guys down the field, which is not been where their success has been tonight. Bryant drops, throws. Nice stop. Going to stop him a little bit, maybe short of the first down. Tough to say with this crew tonight. They're going to move the chains. I have no comment. All right, clock stops to reset the chains. 55. They don't stop the clock. Here it goes. 52 seconds to go. 1st and 10. Clock down inside 48, 46, 45. Ball snap, 45 to go. Rush comes. Screen is there to Leyland.
A lot of space.
There are heavy legs on that lead. It doesn't go out of bounds. Not a wise decision there. Slides down at the 42-yard line. Clock will continue to run at 35. If I'm Lee County, I might get a timeout because you got some tired defenders out there right now. They set the clock, stop the clock to set the chains 30, and now we're going to get a timeout. Who called that, Overhills? Overhills gets a timeout. 31 seconds to go. How many timeouts left? How many timeouts left? The clock says 1. We'll try to get confirmation on that, but Overhill's moving the ball. They've got 42 yards left to go, trying to shock Central North Carolina and upset the Lee County Yellow Jackets. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, Jerry.
Amen.
If you score here, if you're Overhills, are you going for 2 to win this thing, or are you going to play overtime?
Man, listen.
You got to be thinking about it now.
We're going to play overtime.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to play it smart.
All right.
We're going to play it smart.
I disagree completely.
Yeah, well,
I think you're playing with house money.
You're playing Lee County. And
I hear you.
You know, they haven't been moving the ball on offense since they scored that last touchdown.
That's true. All right, 31 seconds to go coming out. We have no timeouts left for Overhills. Just want to confirm that. No timeouts left for Overhills. 31 seconds to go, 42 yards away from pay dirt. Lee County, pucker factor is high, sir. Pucker factor is high. Only 3 men
Look out for Page.
Looking in the rush. They're going to drop
Look
8
out for
here.
Page.
They're going to drop 8. 3 men in the rush. Nope, they bring a linebacker late. Ball was hung out there and caught. Isaiah Page dropped at the 30. That is going to be a first down. They'll get a stoppage to set the chains at 26. This will wind. They've been winding it fast. There it goes. 25 seconds. You got to get set, Overhills. You probably should have clocked this. They're going to be down well inside 20 seconds. Ball is snapped with 16 to go. Bryant looking down the field, throws it out wide, and out of bounds goes Page with 11 seconds to go at the 22. 2, maybe 3 plays max here left for the Jaguars.
What a game. Chris, I said it last night, it was going to be a game.
I'm trying not to exaggerate.
Hey,
I stated this earlier, and
hey,
I went back in time, but I'm going to tell you, it would be hard to pick a bigger win for Overhills if they're able to pull this out than I can find in the last 5 or 6 years anyway.
Agreed.
Still, Lee County's going to have something to say about this. 11 seconds ago, Bryant from the gun takes the snap. Pressure's coming. Steps up. Wrapped. Lamistel into the ball game. Lee County walks out here with a win. Prince Lamison comes up big in the biggest moment. We're at triple zeros, and Lee County escapes.
Wow.
Spring Lake with a W. Overhills gave them everything they could handle.
Wow.
Just can't punch it in late. What a ball game, Jerry Chalmers.
Ball game, man. I told you last night, Chris, it was going to be. Woo! What a game, man. Lamison with a huge sack.
21 for the Jackets, 14 for the Jaguars. What a ball game. I'm honored to have been here. Overhills.
Yes, sir.
Back on the map. What a ball game.
Yes, sir. What a game. Hey, this game, just like 2 years ago, come down to the end. This was the last game that Overhills and Lee County will play each other.
Why?
They will not be playing. Coach Bacon decided they want to play a couple 4A games. I hate that.
Go find some 4A teams better than this 3A team
I hate
right
that,
here.
Man.
I do too.
I hate that.
I do too. Maybe after this, maybe he'll see it differently. And that is the 4th time Overhills and Lee County have matched up in the last 20 years. Lee County escapes. Those games are getting closer and closer and closer.
Man.
They got out of here 2 years ago with a 1-score win. They do it again here. Walk out 21-14. Fortunate with all of the trips Overhills made in the red zone. Very fortunate to get out of here with the W. But the Jackets showing just enough mettle to pull it off. Great ball game again. I wish we were that excited every single week.
That's what we look for.
What a ball game.
Yes, sir.
All right. Before we go into this last break, any words? Catch your breath.
Hey, man, let's go to the post-game show.
All right, Coach Bordeaux, plenty to talk about. I can't wait to see him on Monday night. I don't know who the players of the game are. Big night again from B.J. Brown. The defense, guys popping up all over the place. Prince Lamison makes the play of the night. Down late with 11 seconds to go. Gets the sack to end this thing. If you're Overhills, maybe you're scratching your head about some of the clock management there. They did a good job of walking the ball down the field, but they didn't give themselves a lot of time there late. Maybe could have milked that into a couple more plays, but in the end, it's hard to be critical of anything this Overhills squad did. This is not your daddy's Overhills football team.
No, sir.
All right, I want to talk about that when we come back with the post-game show. I am Chris Delambert. This is Jerry Chalmers. This has been a fantastic night in Spring Lake. The Lee County Jackets escape. There's no better way to say it. With a W, Overhills, great building block. This might be the best team they play all year anyway. I'm just going to say it right now. All right, triple zeros here. Lee County gets the W. We will be right back on the other side with the post-game show. I'm Chris. This is Jerry. See you on the other side of the break.
Yes, sir.
At the Shed Depot of North Carolina, we believe there's a better way to buy a shed. One where all the selection, all the quality, and all the service are in one place to make your buying experience easier. Visit our sales center located just off US Highway 1 in Sanford, or get started today at ShedDepotNC.com to view in-stock models or to design your perfect shed using our 3D design tool.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
All right, from Spring Lake, 21-14 Lee County in a barn burner. And I got to tell you, Jerry, I hate to say this.
Yeah.
You were right, and I was wrong.
Hey, man. I told you, man.
I didn't think Overhills would push Lee County like this. But I was wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I was wrong.
Okay.
You bought what Coach Bacon was selling.
He showed me.
And I'm just messing up the shot. Whatever.
First
Bank post-game show, I want to get that scoreboard in there. What a night. What a night, what a night, what a night. And an opportunity for Lee County to face some adversity early in the non-conference schedule because they're going to be in some barn burners. This is one of those make you stronger as you move on. Not a great night for Mark Schlesinger. He's going to watch this tape, and he's going to call you and text you.
We're going to talk.
Delambert is saying ugly things about me. He has got a world of potential. He can take this team. I'm going to say it right now. He can take this team to a state championship.
Yeah.
He's going to have to clean some things up. And as those receivers grow into those positions, he's got the ability to stretch plays, get the ball down the field. We got to work on that intermediate and deep passing game. He's overthrowing guys, but the ball's pretty. I don't have any concerns about his arm strength, but he's got to get more accurate down the field. The screen game, Overhills, everybody's watching this tape.
They were on it.
Everybody's watching this tape.
Man, Lee County dominated with that screen for the last since Birdo's been here. You know, that screenplay has been their bread and butter.
So the question is going to be as we move into the future whether or not other teams can stop it because they don't necessarily run it.
Right.
We saw Overhills run it time and time and time again.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to defend when you see it in practice all the time. Union Pines, when Lonnie Cox was down there a couple years ago, was the same type of situation. They did a good job against Lee County screen game because they run it all the time. So just seeing it on tape for those other squad, well, yeah.
I don't know now, Chris. I can make a little. Maybe I'm a little biased, but
you're a lot biased.
Number one for Lee County in 2020 dominated that game off that screen. Do you remember who that one is? I'm not gonna say anything. Jaden Chalmers, that's my son. I just had to throw that out there real quick. Me and Lonnie talked about that game before, and we talked about it afterwards. And he said, "Man, I thought you told your son to back off a little bit."
No, I'm sure that you never said those words.
Never said that.
In his 21 years of life. I'm sure you have never said those words. Back off a little bit.
Never.
All right, Lee County with things to work on. Good news is that guys continue to sort of percolate to the surface. We wondered where are the stars going to come from. We know Jennings is there. He does his thing. Io Adesanya looked quiet tonight. Isaiah McKindle had a good night, but Jermaine Banks, one of the huge players.
Good night.
We saw, again, your guy, Cotton. Cotton. Huge.
Yes, sir.
Huge night.
Lamison.
Prince Lamison. I mean, he might get the game ball. Wasn't necessarily dominant throughout, but when it mattered the most, he showed up and made the play.
Oh, yeah.
That's what big players do.
Yeah. 2 sacks
So a
tonight.
step for him. He sort of kind of cracked that door open last year. Got into the rotation. This year, he's one of the guys they're banking on. And in big moments, when you know the pass is coming, your ability to beat the block and get to the passer is what matters. I got to tell you, Jordan Bryant, quarterback for Overhills, I am wildly impressed with this young man. Isaiah Page in the passing game. Kevin Leyland, a guy that we didn't see coming into this game. Christian Daniel, number 15, another explosive
athlete. Did not notice.
And he's a little longer than the rest of them.
Yeah.
So he poses some issues in the passing game. So they've got a lot of ways they can beat you. And in a lot of games they play this year, they're going to cause nightmares.
I agree.
They are going to cause nightmares. Looking at Overhill's schedule, let's take a peek into the future here. They've got Green Hope. They're going to blow Green Hope's doors off. I'm telling you right now. All right, Terry Sanford should be a good ball game. Terry Sanford, open enrollment down in Cumberland. Terry Sanford's one of those schools that always gets the athletes. They might score 100 against E.E. Smith.
Agree.
No offense to anybody. Western Harnett is a W. Westover's a W. Harnett Central's a W. Triton is a W.
They'll get in.
And Pine Forest is probably the best team in this conference, not here in Spring Lake with tonight. So I'm going to predict right now, without any doubt in my mind, and I've got staff here on site at Overhills, Pine Forest and Overhills are playing undefeated in the conference championship game the last week of the season to win the conference outright.
I agree.
I don't have a doubt in my mind because there's not another team in this conference that can play with either one of those teams.
I agree. I'm not going to argue with you on that one. I agree with you there. I give you another prediction. Isaiah Page will win Conference Player of the Year. He is – man.
I haven't seen Pine Forest, so I don't know. It's going to be hard.
Isaiah Page will win Conference Player of the Year.
It depends on how many footballs there are. Leyland is going to get lots of looks from the tailback position. I don't know. And I haven't seen Pine Forest, so I'm not going to take anything away from them. I know how good Pine Forest is going to be, and I know what the rest of this conference looks like.
Yeah.
And I said what I said.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Chris.
No argument?
No argument.
It'd be a lot more fun if we argued.
I can't argue with you. Now, I'm still going to go with Isaiah Page, Conference Player of the Year.
Oh, fair enough.
He had over 100 yards receiving tonight,
man.
2 touchdowns.
I will take that.
Amen. Next week.
I am exhausted, sir.
Yeah, I'm burning up,
I'm exhausted. I've lost 6 pounds in this booth tonight, which I'm kind of happy about. Stay tuned. Well, don't stay tuned. You can turn this off after this game is over. However, what you need to do is be back with us at 7 o'clock on Monday night, where I will host the Lee County Coaches Show. Coach Steve Bordeaux will be there with his player of the game on offense and defense, Scholar Athlete of the Week. We have a good time. We'll be talking about all kinds of stuff. Maybe a drop-in by Coach Mike McClain over there at Southern Lee. Don't know what else is going to happen. I don't care. I just show up and do what they tell me to do. We have a good time. And now this year, this is the first year we're doing a Moore County Coaches Show.
Okay.
So on Tuesday at 6 o'clock, the Moore County Coaches Show will kick off. I was slated to host that last week. However, Nate Cochran jumped the line. He was doing the Union Pines game last week. He did Union Pines again this week. Not sure if it's me. Not sure if it's Nate. Not sure if it's Jerry. Not sure who it is. It could be Colton Decker, our camera guy. I don't know, but it'll be fun regardless. But check us out on Monday night, 7 o'clock. We'll have a great analysis, I'm sure, coming from Steve about this game. And I am very, very impressed with where Coach Kerry Bacon has this Overhills program headed. All of those sophomores up and down this roster, you got a couple years of window here if they can survive the senior class leaving this year. But they're going to the postseason. Mark that down.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see how it works out. All right,
sir.
Jerry.
Till next week.
I am ready to roll back to Lee County. I have had a blast with you hanging out. We're at South Granville next week. Does that sound right?
South Granville next week.
On the road in Creedmoor, if I'm not mistaken. Is that the home of South Granville? One of the nastiest football games I've ever been at a few years ago when it was really we played on a mud track out there. But Lee County will be looking, well, who knows? I don't think South Granville will be stiff at competition, but who knows? I mean, you
never know, man.
Overhill's doing their thing.
Any given Sunday.
Appreciate the hospitality. It's been fun. This is a great facility. And if you're watching and you are in the Overhills area, somewhere around Spring Lake, come out and check this ball club out. This is a fun team to watch.
They're good.
I'm glad I got to see this.
Yes, sir.
We will see you guys on Monday night, 7 o'clock, the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris Delambert. This is Jerry Chalmers. Peace.
First Bank presents the post-game show on the NFHS Network. Brought to you by New Image Media.
All you do is win, 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 no matter what. We got you on our mind, we can never get enough. Every time you step into our building, everybody's hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. All you do is win, win, win. Put your hands in the air when you go to
Visit us online at ClassicNissanSanford.com or call 1-855-461-9595. Classic Nissan Sanford.